Hours of power. 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 Open your mind. Open your mind. Open your mind. The prophet of thought. Open your mind. Open your mind. Open your mind. The prophet of thought. Open your mind. Open your mind. Open your mind. The prophet of thought. Open your mind. Open your mind. Open your mind.
Peace, folks, and welcome back to another edition of the Prophet of Thought series right here on the old T.P.O.T YouTube page. I'm your host, X, of course, but you knew that already. That's why you are here. Yeah, we are back again with another Hours of Power right here on the old T.P.O.T YouTube page. Good to be back with you folks. What's good? Man, I got a good show for y'all tonight, boy. I know I say that every night, right? But this time, it's really, really good. I have a brother coming on tonight. I have watched this brother for quite some time, man. And this brother, he speaks with such passion about things, man. This brother can say the word "the" and make it sound good. I have wanted to get this brother on here and bring him to y'all for quite some time. For the last couple of nights, I have been on streams with him, and I was able to convince him to come on the old Hours of Power. And he's going to be on tonight, man. None other than brother Maurice Muhammad is going to be right here on the T.P.O.T YouTube page, right up on the old
Hours of power. Hours of power. Hours of power. Hours of power.
Yeah. Also, we're going to have another brother up here that I have immense respect for. Brother 777 already sent. I mailed him the link already. I sent it to him. He got it. I sent it to him. Yeah, another brother I'm gonna have up here tonight also is Why You Mad TV is going to be on here as well. So it's going to be a action-packed night tonight, y'all. But like always, I have to start the show off with thanking my contributors. Um, I got some donations Thursday night, and unfortunately, I don't see y'all no more until the following Wednesday. But those of you who donated to the Proper Thought series, y'all already know, because I always sit down, write y'all a personal email, not a computer generated email, but I actually send y'all a personalized email thanking you for your contributions to this platform. I am humbled and honored that you see value in this platform. Like I always say, I don't care if y'all get tired of me saying this, but I'm always going to say it when y'all donate y'all money to me, because you don't have to spend your hard-earned coins on this platform, but you choose to do so. It is greatly appreciated. I appreciate all of y'all. I appreciate the support that y'all give this platform. Those of you who have followed me for quite some time, y'all remember when I only had like 25 subscribers. Okay, now I'm slowly creeping up on 2,000. So, I mean, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all support. I appreciate y'all subscription. I appreciate the support you give me with your views, and I definitely appreciate the support you give me with your hard-earned money. Because I say again, you don't have to spend your coins here, but you choose to do so, and you see value in this platform. So I'm going to continue to try to bring you mind-opening content and give you more of what you like. And once again, I thank you. It is greatly appreciated. I am humbled and honored, and I thank you. So, without further ado, a brother who I also have great respect for, my most distinguished guest has arrived, Brother Maurice Muhammad. Peace, brother. What's good?
Oh, peace and blessings, big brother. Thank you for having me. I'm looking
Absolutely, absolutely. I was just telling everybody. Well, before I get started, because I'll start running my mouth and asking 100 questions. Before I get started, won't you just give the people a little, those of the folks who don't know who you are, just kind of give them a little, quick bio of who you are.
Yes, sir. Thank you, beloved. Again, my name is Maurice Muhammad. I'm the National Director for the initiative. We have the Initiative Radio Network and also the Initiative Media on Blog Talk Radio. On YouTube. One of our big projects that we're working on taking over a city in Mississippi. And this city will be an all-black town. It's all black town already. It's just not fully developed, but we're going to fully develop it and have it a good, safe space. We're working with our queen, Melissa McKinney, getting justice or taking justice for her son, Donnie Jones. So we're always busy. We have a decent history of getting people who were unrighteously or wrongly convicted out of jail, helping our people with CPS cases. We run the gamut, and so this biggest project is taking over a city, then a county, and eventually the state of Mississippi.
Okay, we're gonna get into Lady Melissa a little later on, but I want to elaborate with you a little bit more about this Mississippi thing. So what is the end goal? What is the end goal for this place in Mississippi?
The end goal is separation. It is a place where our people can come and don't have to worry about police brutality, don't have to worry about, the negative things that affect our community. You don't have to worry about the swirling and the homosexuals and the white people. We will use the laws of the land, just as the enemy comes in and gentrifies our neighborhood. Well, we will come in and we will gentrify our whole city. There's many cities in Mississippi that are either all black already or a majority black, and meaning like 80 to 90% black, but they don't have that black first mindset. So we would have to go in and, you know, vote people out and vote ourselves in, and then begin the process of changing laws and everything the way that we would want them to be.
Okay. So I guess there's going to be some political structure and, of course, some rules and regulations and prerequisites for people who come in there, right?
Oh, most definitely. You know, in order to come in, you have to have a Black first mindset. We're not saying that, you know, we're better than our people who don't have that mind. Well, let me correct. We are saying that. We are saying that. But we're telling them that don't think the way that we think, that once we're up and we're running and they wanted to come in, they would go through an orientation. And in that orientation, we would break down what we believe, our principles, our ideology, our laws, and let them know that, you know, these things, you know, is how we go about, and we don't allow these other things. So, you know, you don't want to get caught up in our law, because depending on which law you break, it may cost you your life. So, you know, we make that very, very clear. We are Black first, 110%. We don't believe a lot of these laws, like, you know, driving on a suspended license. We don't believe in that. That won't be a law within the area that we control. We won't have Arabs or anybody else coming into the city and opening up businesses. We won't do that. There will be our businesses that we own food. We will have our own militia to protect everything that we build. Everybody in the police station from day one, from 911 workers all the way down to the police officers, will be terminated, and will be replaced with people who think like we do. So that's why we're doing the process of getting people to come on and throw in their applications and finding out where they fit so that we can set them up. You know, we have our Minister of Justice. And when she was doing research, she found out that you don't even have to be a lawyer to be a judge. You don't have to be able to have to practice law, none of that. So a lot of these things now are opening up, and we're getting the knowledge of what you need and what you don't need. So it's making it more so that, you know, our people have access now to power, because we are that power, and we have decided to control it.
Wow. Man, I'm sitting here and I'm listening to you, Brother Muhammad, and I have sat on many of panel, and they have spoken of similar things, but no one has spoken about it the way you're speaking about it tonight. I'm just sitting here in awe, like, you know, this is the type of stuff that we talk about all the time. We always talk about this kind of stuff. And I've never heard anyone speak of, you know, having the laws and the prerequisites and, you know, a judge, and it's never even gotten that far. So when we talk about this kind of stuff, because I like what I'm hearing. I like what I'm hearing. When we talk about this kind of stuff, do you think that we put too much talk into this stuff as opposed to going ahead and taking action like obviously you have? Do we spend too much time talking about this stuff, Brother Muhammad?
Yes, sir. I believe we do. You know, when we first started, I told our people that, you know, we've already been taught what's right. We know what's right now. Now is not the time for continue saying the same thing. Now it's time to implementation, because without the implementation, then we're not justified that knowing what we were taught is correct. So we have to implement what we were taught to prove that it's actually correct. So, you know, when we visit our first city in Mounds Bayou, Mississippi, and, you know, we were walking around and talking with the people there, and it's, again, an all-Black town, one gas station in the city, no grocery stores, no sit-down restaurants, you know, and the only gas station was owned by Arabs who didn't even live there. So, you know, there are so many things that we can do. We just have to get beyond the talk, beyond the rhetoric, and put it to action. We have to move from being fearful of what the enemy will do because we're taking action. We got to do what we got to do. To hell with the enemy. They're going to do what they do. We got to do what we got to do. you know, and that's the thing about it. We got to make it happen. So, you know, I'm very happy about the progress that we're making. And, you know, sometime during this year, 2019, we should be in that city.
Wow. Okay. Let me ask the next question. How do, how do people go about getting in or moving in or being part of it? I mean, do they come through you? Do they come through your organization? Do they come, if they're interested in being a part of it and they meet all the requirements, what do they have to do to get in?
Beautiful question. Simple. Just send us an email. The email is the Freedom Initiative @gmail.com. And then there's an interview process. You send us that, and then we'll send you the application and the information sheet so you can look over it and see what's what. And you fill it out, email it back. We'll set up a video interview, and then they will do the interview, see where you fit, what job or what responsibility, what role would you like to have in the organization? And then you're in, and we put you to work, you know, to let your skills that you have flourish. Because I mean, we got to do everything. Whole redesign of the educational system. You know, everything has to be done. And, you know, so we got a lot of room for our family to come on and use those skills and abilities that you have for the greater benefit of our people.
Wow. And be looking for that down in this description box. You know, after this program is done, I'm going to go ahead and put it in the description box. That's the Freedom Initiative, you said, Brother Muhammad?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
It'll be down in the description box. You heard Brother Muhammad said, send him an email, and you know, he'll get you going and see if you are actually made of the right stuff. Because not any and everybody's getting in. I hope y'all understand that. Not any and everybody is getting in. So, but that's the way it should be. Because one thing I think we get confused often, you know, because I love black folks. Okay, I love my people, but I love them enough to tell them the truth. Exactly. And hey, some of us just are going to be left behind. I mean, you know, that's just the way it is. You know, I'm sorry, y'all, but that's the reality. I'm not gonna lie to you, and I'm not gonna lie and say Brother Muhammad is gonna allow everybody to come into this black city. It's just not realistic, because some of you probably just ain't worthy of being in there. I mean, it is what it is. Yeah, it is what it is. Okay. Now, I want to stay on this for a little while longer, then we're going to talk about Lady Melissa. And now, where did you say it was going to be again? What city of Mississippi you said it was going to be again?
Yeah, it's going to be in the state of Mississippi. We have 10 cities that we're looking at. So we're going to narrow it down to 5 cities. And then out of those 5 cities, we're going to actually go and visit each of the 5 and do a detailed report and then bring it back to the body. Then the body will make a decision out of that 5, which one will be our starting city. And then once that is, then we're moving on it.
Yeah, this is magnificent. So I guess you're going to be looking for people. You're going to be looking for teachers, mechanics, builders, carpenters. I mean, you're going to be looking for, you know, I might have to send an application, because you know I'm a mechanical engineer. I've been doing mechanical work for 3 decades. I actually run my own power shop down here in the Queen City. I have 2 buildings, and I've been doing it for a while. I mean, 3 decades. Well, I did it for white folks for more than 2 decades. I opened my own business 4 years ago down here in the Queen City. So you might be getting an application from old X, you know. You might just, I'm telling you, because I know y'all can use a good mechanical engineer down there.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, man.
That's right. Yes, sir.
You know? So I guess, okay, you can be looking for, of course, you're going to be looking for infrastructure builders. You're going to be looking for teachers. I guess doctors, right?
Exactly.
Farmers. What else? You're going to be looking for probably everyone.
Everything.
You're looking for everyone.
Exactly. You know, because You know, as I said it before, you know, I know my part, and I'm not a plumber. I'm not a school teacher, you know, but those are out there that we need. Come on home now. You know, come on home and offer your skills. And we're not looking, you know, it's important that we understand that, you know, in order to be a teacher, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to go to the enemy's education and go through all this to be a teacher. No, that's not what that means. You know, that's their scam of how they run it, you know, but we have to do things differently. We have to do things differently based on our criteria, our requirements of how to best raise our children, how to best educate our children. So it's an environment that's conducive to excellent learning, So, you know, we're not looking at whether you got a degree from Harvard or Yale or any of that foolishness. What is the quality of your knowledge? What is the quality of your heart? And the initiative is not based off of religion. It's not based off of religion. It doesn't require you to be a Muslim or a Hebrew or that. It doesn't require you to do that, but it requires you definitely to be Black first. And if you worship in the white man God, you're not going to be welcome in. You're not going to be welcome in, because that says that mentally you're really not where you need to be. Now, we can teach you out of that, but you have to be willing to come up on out of that.
So, folks, I hope y'all are listening to what you just heard. Okay? They're looking for people. They're looking for good people. They're looking for Black folks who love Black folks and put Black folks first. If you're worshiping white Jesus, don't apply. Just forget that you even heard that email that we spoke of. Okay, but you heard Brother Muhammad. This is the stuff that we always talk about. Okay, those of you who follow the Proper Thought series, you know we talk about this stuff all the time. Here it is, right in front of you. Okay, in real time, in real life, there's an actual email that you can write to see if your Black behind is ready to be part of it. So I want to see how many of y'all go ahead and write that email that's down in this description box, because by now it's there. If you're watching the playback, by now it's there. Yeah, I want to see how many of you, because I've heard a lot of you talk about this. I have, and y'all know I have. This is the time. It's happening for real. Down in Mississippi, you hear Brother Muhammad talking about it. So I want to see how many of you are serious. I want to see how many of you are serious, because I'm sending the application in just for the hell of it. If I get accepted, I'm gone. Yeah, I'm gone. I'm already in the South, so I ain't even far. Yeah. So this is the stuff we talk about. We need to make it happen, y'all. No more, oh, nobody can do it and this, that. You're listening to it right here now. So no more excuses. All right. All right. Let's get into to Lady Melissa. Are there any updates? I know I just spoke with you the other day, but are there any updates, Brother Muhammad, as far as Brother Donnie's case goes?
Yes, there. As far as the program that we did the other day, we raised a lot more money. I think it was in excess, a little over $500 that was added to the GoFundMe because of the program yesterday. And also, we've had people actually calling the coroner's office, and you know, they're getting the runaround, but the people are beginning to take notice. I've even called today, and we can play that conversation. Wife,
Yes, feel free. Feel free.
And you can tell by listening to the lady that she was definitely nervous, because more than one call is coming in. All right, so we'll play it. Hi, my name is Maurice, and I'm the National Director of the initiative. And I'm calling on behalf of Donnie Jones and his family about his report.
Okay. And Maurice.
Maurice.
The decedent's name is, please?
Donnie Jones.
And how can I help you?
Yes, ma'am. From my understanding, the report was supposed to be done between the time.
Okay. Can you take me off speakerphone, please?
I'm kind of doing more than one thing at the same time, so.
Okay, because I'm getting feedback. That's the only reason why I'm asking.
Okay. Is this any better?
It's a little bit better, yes.
Okay, perfect.
And what is your relationship to this?
I'm representing the family.
Okay. May I speak with the next of kin, please?
They're not here in my office right now.
Okay, I can't discuss the case to anyone other than the next of kin.
Okay, so what, do I need to call you back on a three-way?
No, ma'am. No, sir. I'll need to speak with the next of kin, please.
That's what I'm saying. Call you back with a three-way, so our next of kin will be on the phone, and then you can.
I have the next of kin give us a call.
What would the difference be?
Because I can't speak to anybody other than to the next of kin.
Okay, but I'm telling you, the next of kin will be on the phone when I call you back.
Okay, can you have them call us directly? I don't do three-way conversations.
What is your name?
My name's Kathy. What is your name?
Maurice Muhammad. And what's your last name, Kathy, so I can give them?
I don't give out my last name, sir.
Okay. What's your role at the office? Because they need to know who they're going to need to speak to.
Okay, they can call 314-615-0800 and a representative can help them.
Okay, but what is if you're telling, all y'all got the same,
okay.
Do all of you?
We don't speak to anybody other than to the next of kin.
Okay, now I need you to hear my question that I'm trying to ask you. Okay, so because if I call back or have the next of kin call back and they don't get you, they may get somebody else. So my question that I'm asking you is, what you're telling me your policy, or is it the actual policy of the office? And if it is it in writing?
Okay, sir. If they give us a call, I'll be more than glad to assist the family.
Ms. Kathy, okay, but you're not answering the question.
Okay, sir, I'm not going to give you any information about this case other than to the next of kin. Okay, but that's not the question that I'm asking at this point. I changed the question to ask you. When they give me a call, I will speak with the next of kin and give them answer whatever questions they might have. Okay, well, Kathy, this question that I'm asking you to do with Donnie Jones at this point. This question that I'm asking you has to do with policy, and is it in writing or is it your personal policy? This is what I'm asking you at this point. I don't give out any information to anyone other than to the next of kin. So, let me connect you to the forensic administrator. Away from my desk or on the phone at the moment. Please leave a detailed message after the tone. I will return your call. If you need immediate assistance, please press 0. Record your message after the tone. When you've finished, you can hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hi, Susan. This is Maurice Muhammad. I'm the National Director for the initiative, and I'm also representing Donnie Jones and his family. I just called about the report that was supposed to have been released 6 to 8 weeks ago for Donnie Jones, and the lady that I talked to, Kathy, was giving me, from what I'm understanding at this position, giving me her personal policy of whether she's going to release information or not, versus giving me what y'all public policy or actual policy. So it's not allowing me to do the things that need to be done. The family has been dealing with this setback after setback, or non-cooperation after non-cooperation with this office, and it's really getting a little bit out of hand. So if you could give me a call back at
484-0344. That's 615-484-0344. And Kathy also needs some classes on how to handle people in proper phone call procedures. Thank you.
Okay. Now, in that, one thing that we picked up on is that they're giving you their personal decision and not the policy of the office, and they don't have anything in writing. And from a few other people that did call in, they have gotten, it was trying to get them to be turned away. So we need to continue to call and then report to let us know exactly what kind of response that you're getting, so that we can tailor what the next thing or how else we need to say what needs to be said, because they're definitely feeling it. You can hear the nervousness in her voice as we were having the conversation, because this is not something that she was used to. All of a sudden now they're getting these calls on his behalf about the situation.
Well, what have the family, have they been getting the same kind of smoke screen as his mother and other family members? Have they been getting the same kind of smoke screen?
Yeah, basically telling them that it's still in the works, that it hasn't been completed, and when it is completed, then they would know. But that even with that being outside, so far outside of the original timeline that was given, so they're under the impression that they can keep pushing it and pushing it away, and it will be okay.
So the stalling continues. It continues. Well, my folks here at the old T.P.O.T team, y'all already know what to do. I don't even have to say it, do I? Y'all already know what we need to do, right? If you could, Brother Muhammad, could you put the number? Could you put the number in the chat for my folks? Because my folks will be on it, boy. Yeah, they'll be on it. Go ahead and put the number, put the number up in there for the old T.P.O.T folks, and they can do some calling too.
Definitely. We'll drop it.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's just getting absurd now. Okay, it's beyond ridiculous. It has shot up to absurd. So there's going to be an account of this at some point. I mean, they can't do this forever. They have to realize that at this point, that they can't go on like this forever. Okay, at some point, you're going to have to release this report. Okay, like I said the other day on Brother Infoman's show, I think everybody's just trying to get their damn stories together. Okay. Well, let me ask you this. I wanted to ask Lady Melissa this as well. Has she ordered an independent? Did she order an independent autopsy on Brother Donnie as well?
Right, and that's one thing that's going to be done, but we have to have the report from the coroner's office first. So they're with their delay tactics trying to get their story together, as you said, because none of it makes sense. None of it makes sense. So they're delaying, and that's why we have to put the pressure on to continue calling, to letting them know that outside eyes are eyeing this, and we expect it to be done.
Okay. And how is she holding up? Have you spoken with her?
Yes. You know, every day is a struggle. Every day is a struggle. She's in the same house. So, you know, it's not like she really has an escape from it. And, you know, she's a strong sister, but you can see it is wearing. It is wearing.
So are they, I guess, I mean, their safety, we talked a lot about their safety the other evening. Are there people there to protect her? Are there people there to kind of watch the house? I mean, is any of that going on?
Well, as of right now, a nice contingency that we were looking for to getting from one organization has not showed up yet. We were promised that everything is in the works by several different people, and it just has not come to fruition. So by Saturday, I will have my own people on the ground come Saturday, and we will be taking over, or we will be providing security from us on Saturday, starting on Saturday.
Okay. Okay. Well, when you talk to her, send her, our best wishes from T.P.O.T. Oh, good looking. 777 is on it, man. It's
most definitely.
777 is on it, man. I'm talking on it. Yeah, because obviously, like I said the other day, they've proven that they are willing to come up on the property and just, do harm to folks. So, we can't give them another chance to do that again. I mean, we have to eliminate that, that threat from taking place. Because like I said the other day, they've proven that they're willing to come on the premises. Yeah, they're willing to come on it. So we need to go ahead and shut that down and keep the asses up off of there. So far as you said that she's going to get an independent autopsy once they quit stalling with the original report. After that, what then? What do you suggest the next step should be for her? What do you think should be the next step after that? Once she gets the, that autopsy report and then get her own independent report, what do you think the next step should be?
Well, and I'm going to, this is from my thinking. Okay. This is just me thinking. Malcolm X said one day, he said, you don't know if a snake bites your child, and you can't necessarily go looking for the exact snake with the blood on the mouth, but you do snatch up a snake and you handle that snake. And so I say that because we don't know the actual person or persons who actually did it. So us finding that person, to me, may be a stretch, but I think that we know enough of whose hands may have been in the pot to go ahead and do what needs to be done. Now, this is from me, this is my thinking. So that's what I would like to see done. But we would have to, let things play out and see. But I can promise you this, something will be done. This will not be, as I said before, we're not a people that's begging for justice. We're not a people that's marching to say, this stuff need to stop. No, this one is different. We're gonna pull, and judgment will be rendered. It's just that simple. Judgment will be rendered. We have to. I really believe in sending a message. I really believe in sending, because they send us messages
all the time.
All day long. We can look at the sister in McDonald's, and that damn cracker pulled her, and she let him have it. But when you look at the black male that was around, instead of pulling her, you jumping in and beat the cracker more, because they see our women as soft targets. They see our children as soft targets, and there's no response. And just like the 7-year-old that was killed, it has to stop. And the only way it's going to stop is when we start making them bleed. When we start sending them to the cemetery, then it's going to stop. Because then they understand that we know how to speak your language. We know how to speak your language. And their language is not this, oh, let's be peaceful and let's communicate. No, that shit ain't their language. Let's just keep it real. Their language is violence. That's their language. They speak it well. God damn it, we know the language. We need to begin to speak it. And once we begin to speak it, I guarantee you shit will change. It will change them, because they'll understand that we're fed up. That's why they had to kill Malcolm X before they had to kill Martin. That's why, because Malcolm understood we got to speak the language. Martin didn't understand that, but Malcolm understood it. So that they killed Malcolm so that he wouldn't be around to speak the language. But when those cities went up in smoke, they were concerned, because they understood Martin didn't do it. Martin wasn't about speaking that language. He was about speaking, you can kick my ass and I'm going to love you even more. And they were surprised when cities went up in flames. So we need to make sure we begin to speak the proper language. And when we speak the proper language, trust and believe it will make our lives more safer, because now they know it's a price that they will pay when they do something to ours.
Well, let me ask you this, Brother Muhammad. Do you think that what we're seeing today, okay, aside from Brother Donnie's case, you know, because I cover a lot of these cases, do you think it's worse today than it was, say, 30, 40, 50 years ago? Or is it now just more out in the open? I mean, what's your take on that whole thing and the evolution of it?
I think it's worse. And the reason why I think it's worse is because even though we wasn't around in the 50s, 60s, and all those times back then, and it was happening then, and our people didn't respond properly. So now we have to relive that. And so we're sitting back dealing with a predator that we know is a killer. And instead of us being proactive, we're sitting back watching the shit happen, and we may pull out our phone or something and record it, but we won't actually go and do something that will be meaningful action to stop it. And so that makes it worse because it emboldens them. So as we saw with the children in, I think it was Greensboro, North Carolina, where they getting on video saying, you know, nigga this, and we're going to send you to the plantation, da, 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 da. Then this is their children sending messages to our children. Now they're going to send this message to our children, and what do? We sit back and allow it to go on? We sit back and let it? No. See, they're living off of the bravado of their parents and their grandparents because they were fighting our people who was turning the other cheek. So we can't do that. They're living off of yesterday's glory when you're fighting a people that don't fight for themselves. But now in our time, since we're on the clock, now we got to bust their ass. We got to bust their ass to teach them that this is the new do-right. You think that you're going to do this to our people and we're going to sit by and stand and let it happen? Hell no. We'll whoop your ass, your parents' ass, your grandmama's ass. I don't give a damn who ass it is, but you come this way, we're going to deal with you. That's where they got to be. And even that goddamn crabby ass cracker woman who lied on Emmett Till and think that she has the nerve to say that, oh, I'll explain more when I get ready. The black people in that town, wherever she is, who know where she is, ought to run up in that house and grab that cracker ass out and whoop her ass for what she has done. Because that was terrorism yesterday that rides today. And so we got to correct this shit, and there's nothing wrong with whooping white people. Ain't a damn thing wrong. They're not sacred. They're devils, and they have earned death. They have earned an ass whooping, and we should be happy to deliver that ass whooping that they have righteously earned.
I agree. I mean, I've mentioned this many times, man, and I've talked about this on other people's platforms. I say we get mad, and what do? We go out and we do shit to each other, but we never go out and do it to these people. We never go out and shoot and rob and stab and beat up and bully white folks. And these people in history have done all kinds of shit. They're not just us, but people who came before us and people who became people who came before the people before us. So I've always had a problem with us doing shit to us. Okay. When you have white folks who most have more than us, white folks who have caused more harm to your people than us, but you won't go and do this to them. You won't go to their neighborhoods and push poison. You won't go to their neighborhoods and shoot up and kill up and take over. You won't do it there. You want to do it here to the people who look like you, your brothers and sisters. And I've always had a problem with that. I mean, I was just on O'Shea's show 3 weeks ago talking about the exact same thing. I think because, you know, it's, make no mistake, I understand that our people have a lot of pain and problems and anger and pent up emotions from all kinds of things. Okay. I just think we take it out on the wrong people. Okay. We take it out on the wrong people. I want you to be going there and doing the shit.
That's right.
That's what I want you doing. Okay. Because I wouldn't have no problem with it. I said that on O'Shea's panel. I said I would completely understand if you were shooting and stabbing and robbing and over there in the white folks part of town. I would completely understand. I would.
Exactly. Yeah. You know, me and you are in 100% agreement, you know, because it's hurtful. You know, it's hurtful. We've been through a lot as a people. And, you know, some of our people out there robbing and killing each other, you know, but you're killing and you're robbing another victim. You're robbing, you're hurting another victim instead of going after the real enemy who has done more to you than your brother or sister. And that's why when some of our people say that we are our own worst enemy, you know, I always tell them, I said, no, we're not our own worst enemy, because we haven't done to each other what the enemy, the real enemy, has done to us overall. You know, it is bad, the evil that we do to each other. And that's why we have to come out of this laziness. We have to come out of this lethargy of just accepting the unacceptable. Because when we accept the unacceptable, it becomes normal. It becomes okay when it's not normal, when it's not okay, and it's not acceptable. So, you know, there was a sister who was being robbed by a brother. And her little daughter, they were taking the food out of their trunk. And the brother approached the sister and was saying, you know, give me your money. Well, she didn't have no money. She just spent it all up on groceries. And he shot her. The daughter right there. Now you done shot the mama. The daughter is all panicking out because her mama is shot. And she's looking at another black man as the culprit. As the culprit that done shot her mama and terrorized the little girl. So our whole way has to be done, has to be redone of how we think and how we handle, because I said that brother deserves to be dealt with for what he has done. And a black sister was upset that I said that. But we got to realize that what he did was wrong. And we just can't say, well, brother, what you did was wrong, so don't do it again. No, you're gonna have to pay for what you have done. Because that's part, it takes strong law to make weak strong, to give them that sense of, okay, I can't do this because this is going to be the consequence, until they get that love in their heart and that understanding of who we are, so that the fear of being dealt with won't be there, because the knowledge of, I love my brother and my sister, I see them as myself, so I'm not going to hurt them. I'm not going to do this to them, but damn it, I will kill this enemy when he comes to destroy our people. And so while our people are in that savage state, we got to have strong law until we teach them and then they accept what we're teaching. Then the strong law you don't have to have, because the love will take over, and that love will say, I'm not going to harm my brother or my sister. I'm going to protect them, and I'll kill this enemy to protect them. And that's what we have to have. And that's what the enemy don't want us to have. Now,
do y'all see why I love this brother? Okay. Now y'all see. This is why I had to bring him to y'all. I had to bring him to y'all. Okay? We here live with Brother Maurice Muhammad, man, and Brother Muhammad is fire. All right? So if you're watching this on the playback or you just got into the stream, you might want to go ahead and rewind it back. You know what I'm saying? You might want to go ahead and rewind and hear it all, because you need to hear it all. You do. All right? Go ahead, get the likes up. I don't want to have to get on y'all tonight. We go through this every week. Y'all know I don't like when this number don't match this number. Okay? I like these numbers to match. I got you in here. You must like something. If you don't like my black behind, I know you got to feel what Brother Muhammad is saying. Even if you don't like me, you got to like him. So come on, man. Hit that like button. Stop procrastinating, because you know this is worth a like. And also, if you're feeling generous, go ahead and see. I ain't even got it up. I mean, I'm sitting up here listening to Brother Muhammad. I'm not even paying attention to none of this other stuff. If you're feeling generous, go ahead and put a few coins in the bucket right there. The old Streamlabs. Just hit that link and it'll take you right to my old Streamlabs page, and drop a few coins in the bucket, because it is greatly appreciated, because this is worth some money. Brother Muhammad, now, oftentimes, and this is a segue from what we were just talking about, oftentimes we have some of our people who are savages, okay? They just do savage crap, right? And, of course, like we spoke about earlier, we can't have this savage element anywhere where we have like a black city, because we want it to be peace within that black city. Wars for everybody outside of it. Exactly. So do you think it would be wrong to automatically keep some of these people who we know who have proven themselves to be savages? They've proven it. Do you feel that some of us who are savages do you think that they can be rehabilitated and brought back into a collective where we can have this, this black city, this black town, this black village? Can they be fixed and possibly brought into the collective at some point in time?
Oh, most definitely. I believe that we can. I stop and think, where was I? How was I before knowledge found me? And, I know the condition that I was in, but once I got the knowledge and ate the knowledge and began to live it, then now you're dealing with the new man. Pros came from that knowledge, because back in that day, brother, look here, I was so far out. I had a shag back in the day, and it was blonde hair coming out the back of my and Ric Flair was my idol, so I was looking up to him and going to school and being as bad as that cracker was on Saturday TV. So, yes, but it took that knowledge. And once I began to eat the knowledge and begin to live it, then all of the negative things that this world had on me, I began to shake off. And I began to rethink and redo and transform. How do I live and how did I am? And it has made me into the man that I am today, that, our people show love and respect for. So yes, if they will take a hold of that black first knowledge and live it and truly allow it to penetrate your heart, then yes, they can be redeemed. They can be redeemed. But if they reject that knowledge, then we have to reject them.
Agreed. And also, y'all, those of you who probably just coming in, because I see we've got a few people that have come into the stream in the last, I say 15, 20 minutes ago. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to post. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to repost the information on behalf of Lady Melissa. Y'all need to go ahead and hit that number right there. And I mean call like hell, y'all, because y'all know how we do it, boy. We'll call and call and call and call and call. Get on up there and call. Call until we find out what the hell is going on with Brother Donnie Jones's coroner's report. All right. I just put the information up there. St. Louis County Medical Examiner, the coroner's office. You have the address up there and the phone number. Call and call and call until they white asses just get tired and have a press conference or do something. I mean, keep calling until they just get tired of us. All right. Call until they are tired of us. Y'all know how we do it over here, right? Y'all know what we did last time, right? We made them answer them goddamn phones. So we need to go ahead, get together, and do it once again, y'all, because Lady Melissa needs our help. All right. We're gonna do this. We teaming up with Brother Maurice Muhammad, and we're gonna call the hell out of these white folks until they do something. They're gonna have a press conference in front of City Hall. They're gonna have a press conference in front of the coroner's office. Somebody gonna get out there and say something, because we ain't gonna stop fucking with them until they do. All right. So, Brother Muhammad, let me ask you about you a little bit, brother. Yeah, pick your brain a little bit. So let me ask you a question that I ask many people that I interview on YouTube. What brought you to YouTube?
Well, you know, honestly, I was sitting home and I was just looking for something to do, really. And it just started, you know, making a little 15-minute commentary video. And then it just grew from 15 minutes to next thing you know, it's, you know, an hour to 2 hours. And the more active I became out there dealing with our people and getting on other people's programs and giving interviews, it just became the way to get the message out, really. Because you know, to be real honest, when I joined the Nation of Islam, and you get comfortable, you really do. You really get comfortable. And I had forgot about the struggle that our people are going through. I really did. Because in the Nation of Islam, that's a society unto itself. You know, we operate in our mosque and our stuff, and, you know, we are, you know, really like separate from our people. And so I forgot the conditions of our people. And I went to Philadelphia, where I was born, and started training as a community organizer. And when I was going through the community and I was seeing the way that our people live, it reminded me why of Islam. And I felt bad because I forgot the condition of our people. I got comfortable. And so seeing that reignited my spirit. It reignited me to the mission. And then I became very, very active. Got on to Blog Talk Radio, got more active in the communities, and really began to recommit myself to our people. And, you know, I felt the shame that I had forgotten. And unfortunately, a lot of our people in the nation have forgotten our people and what their real life struggle is really about.
Wow. Do you find that that is a thing? I had Brother Ben X on last week. I don't know if you know who he is, but I had Brother Ben X on last week. Do you think that it's a thing? Because I asked him the same thing. Do you think that often, you know, because you said you forgot, you know, and I'm assuming you can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm assuming that you kind of lost touch with, you know, the police brutality and you know, the poverty and maybe a little bit of the white power structure and what they have done and what they set up, you know, to kind of hurt Black society. Are you talking about those things?
Oh, most definitely. And you know, the evidence of it, that is just not myself that was like that, but it was the nation as a whole, because you can see there is still that disconnect between our people and the nation and what we can be doing or what we should be doing. Minister Farrakhan years ago said, where we find our people hurting, you hear it on the news, somebody got shot or this or that happened. He says, go there and talk to the people and fix whatever the problem is. Well, that's the command that was given years ago, but it's still not being done. I mean, that's just the reality. And to my brothers and sisters that are in the nation that's watching, you know, we just got to be truthful. We got to be truthful, and we have to be honest that we did not carry the ball like the minister taught us. We did not do the things that he told us to do. Because if we did the things that he told us to do, then these idiots out here wouldn't be bashing on us the way that they are. That's just the truth. We have not done what we were supposed to do. And we have to be honest and say we failed and then recommit ourselves to the mission. Because there should not be just myself or a few here and there. It should not be. Sister Melissa don't have security. And there's mosque there. We've had the local minister come and say, but the action has not followed the words. There's a problem. And the problem is we have gotten comfortable with the elevation of our own lives. And we have forgotten what our people go through. So the disconnect, the gap that is there. And so we get our ass whooped verbally because we have dropped the ball. And that's what we have done. And we have to own up to it and own it. And own it. And if we don't fall back in love with our people and our mission, then you are setting yourself up for destruction that you have earned because you have lied. You said that my prayer, my sacrifice, my life, and my death is all for Allah. That's what we have said. The mission was never for us to raise ourselves out of the muck and the mire and then get comfortable in our higher standards of living, because now we think a certain way. So we're not in the same potholes that our people may be in because our thinking is different. But that doesn't mean that we don't go back and pull our people up. See, that's the fault that we have. That's the weight that we have because we didn't do what's right. We didn't do what's right. And we have to atone for not doing what was right. I'm going to tell you, I feel ashamed that I fell asleep. I just got to be truthful. I fell asleep living in Nashville. The poverty where our people live at, you don't see it. It's not there like it was in Philadelphia. You know, we out there, we sell our papers, we stand on the corner. The minister said, go door to door. Why did he tell us to go door to door? Because if you go door to door where our people are, you will see the condition. And then you see in the condition, it should activate you to say, I'm going to help you change that. But we don't do it. We stand on the goddamn corner, so we don't know where our people live. We don't know the suffering that they go through. So we have earned the destruction and the hatred of our people because we've turned a blind eye to the suffering of our people because of knowledge. And now some of us think that we better. You ain't no damn better. You deserve death because you traded yourself against our people for your own enlightenment. And that's wrong. That's wrong.
Well, I have heard the minister speak of trying to gather, I don't know if he said 50,000 or 100,000. I don't remember the number exactly, where he wanted to have men who would go to the places where the brothers are getting shot, and he said to get in between the people and the guns. So I'll ask you, Brother Muhammad, do you think that the Nation of Islam can play a crucial part in these places where, you know, places like Chicago and St. Louis and Baltimore, and, you know, places like that where dozens of our brothers are dying on the streets every weekend? Can the nation be in those places and maybe not just be a presence, but also be a security force, deterrent? I mean, you know, an arm of protection of the good people against the quote unquote savage people.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. It can be. You know, the FOI is the in my understanding or my belief is the greatest force that we have that is practically unused. You know, and that's why you will see different brothers from the nation go off and create their own organizations to do just that, because the whole body is not moving. So, you know, with the initiative, you know, we're raising a military because we're going to go do just that. You know, we will go in, stand in the gap and bring peace, and we will go to war against anybody. I don't give a damn whether you black, white, Mexican, or whatever. But if you come in to harm our people, then we're going to deal with you. It's just that simple. You know, I wish that, you know, our beloved nation would implement the teachings the way the minister has given it, to be very honest, because he taught us perfectly. Now, why is it not being done? That's on an individual basis. That's on the corruption. Corruption. Okay. We gotta just be real. And we got corruption. We got corruption. And so-called good people who are supposed to stop the corruption, they don't stop it. They enable the goddamn corruption. And so therefore, because you enable the damn corruption, there's no justice in the house that's supposed to have justice. So the house don't have the strength that it should have because corruption is there. Corruption is there. And that's why in the initiative, we don't have corruption, damn it. We got systems set up so whoever offends the law must be dealt with by the law. That's love. That's love, and our people gotta understand it, because that way you will have the power to change all injustice. But if you want to compromise with the wicked to be the friends of the wicked, your death has been designed for you. You've earned. That's what you've earned. We got corruption, and we just got to keep it real. We got to keep it real. We got corruption, man. Corruption is there, and we got to get it right. We got to get it right. And most people, they go out and they do their own, or they go back to sleep because of corruption. So we got to clean the house. I mean, hell, I'm not saying nothing the minister ain't said. He said the house was corrupt. He said the house is on a deathbed because of corruption. We got to clean it up. We got to clean it up.
I don't understand. I've always wondered this, you know, as far as the NOI is concerned, because I was in the NOI when I was a younger man, and I never understood why there was so much stuff going on in Chicago when the headquarters of the NOI is there. I could never connect the dots on that. I never understood it. I mean, I could never understand why the nation couldn't make their way to the other side of town and at the very least try to put a dent in what is going on there, you know, because it's not like it just started. I mean, Chicago's been like this for a while. And, you know, I followed Chicago because, like I always say, you know, I started out, you know, I covered Hadia Pendleton when she got shot by those two savages out there. You know, I mean, she was one of the first cases that I covered when I started this little media program. And to this day, you know, I wonder about that. But what I also have said is this: maybe it's not for us to rely on the nation to come in and be a force and be a presence in these cities. Maybe something else needs to be done. I mean, what's your take on that? Maybe we need to create something else to put in these cities to protect the people from the savages, to protect the people from the white folks. I mean, maybe we need something else.
You know, it's very interesting. Mayor Rob Emanuel came to the mosque, came to the minister, and pretty much pleaded with the minister to get involved in the streets to help stop the killing. And so you've seen that from that meeting, the minister was out in Chicago, walking in the communities with our people, trying to get the violence to cease. Even the enemy recognizes the power that the Nation of Islam has that's not being used. And for Rahm Emanuel to go to the minister and, you know, pretty much ask him, hey, can you get involved to help, you know, get this stuff taken care of? They recognize what the nation can do. And again, the minister, Ben, gave us instructions, but it's just not being followed. It's just not being followed. And so, you know, I am of the thought that we cannot depend on one organization. We just can't. We have to be able to get ourselves together and organize and create our own organizations. You know, so that's one reason why the initiative is here. If the Nation of Islam was doing everything that they were supposed to be doing, there would be no need for the initiative. But it's not doing what it's built to do. So therefore, that's why the initiative is here, because we're going to go out and do it. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that the government of the United States should give us 7 states, seven states in the South, and they showed the states. Well, we've been knowing about separation for years, but there has been no movement on it, you know. So what I'm doing is not something that, you know, the nation couldn't have done. They could have. It's not like they don't have the knowledge to research and study, but we are dealing with that level of comfortability. And so what's making us different is that we're not comfortable. I'm not comfortable. I see the hurt of my people, and damn it, I got to do something about it. So that's where the initiative comes in, that we're going to build an army and we're going to handle the business straight up. We're not going to ifs, ands, and buts about it. We're going to handle it. So, you know, it's incumbent upon us to not wait for any organization. We got to get out there and make it happen, because if we don't, and we wait on organizations that are built to do what we need to get done, but they're not doing it, then that's a problem. So we can't wait for them, because shit, we keep waiting for them, we may be dead. We may be dead. And I love the nation. I love it. But you know, we just gotta speak the truth. And even if, like I said, people study the minister, he's saying the same thing that I am saying. There is a problem, and corruption has entered.
So, well, I want to get back to Mississippi. So this is going to be a place for, well, I guess it would be a migration destination, so to speak, right? Like, you know, once you filled out the application and you've been accepted, and then you say, come on in, you know, what are your estimated numbers for the amount of people to come into the particular city, whichever city or cities that you pick? What are your estimated numbers, or should I say, what's the capacity number you're looking at?
Well, because we're going to first take over the city, then the county, we want as many as we can get in. They don't have a cap or anything like that. And this is the interesting thing. One of the cities, they have about 1,000 residents. And out of that 1,000 residents, only like 500 and something are registered to vote. Now, out of that 5 something that's registered to vote, only 300 actually go out to vote. So that tells us that A, they're not active voting, that they really gave up on that whole system. So that lets us know that we can move in and we can bring our numbers in and we can vote and we'll get in that way. And we'll also convince those that are there that have given up to try this, to lay out our plan and try this and get them to buy in, and we'll go ahead and take it. A lot of things, and this is one of the reasons why we chose the state of Mississippi, is because that there is a lack of aggressive Black first policy and thinking. So they are more accustomed to letting the bullshit happen. You know, one city doesn't even have a hospital. It has a building, but that's it. It just has a building. So, you know, there's a hospital right there that we can move right in. I mean, the canvas is empty. We can paint it however we want. We have the know-how. We just got to go and build it. And the great thing about it is there's a movie, a documentary on Netflix called Wild Country. And in this video, Wild Country, the documentary, the Indians from India came over to America, and I think they were in like Utah or someplace like that, but went out there and did the same damn thing and took over a city, and they were working on taking over a county, but they got corrupt. And then the enemy came and locked people up. So it can be done. It has been done. Now it's our time to do the same damn thing because we are intelligent enough. I mean, if we think about it, that's why I say that there's no such thing as white supremacy. That's bullshit. You know, everything that they got, we gave it to them. They didn't fight for their own freedom. We helped them fight and get their damn freedom. If we wasn't the spies for them against the British, they never would have won. Never. So they didn't earn their own damn freedom. We gave it to them. Everything in their progress, we did. So now it's time. We done fought for them. We done built for them. It's time to come home and do that shit for our own selves. We have the intellect, the know-how to do it. Come on home and let's get it done. And so we can show the world, yeah, we did it here. You can do it in South Africa. You can do it in Nigeria. You can do it there. You can do it there. We have to unlock the minds of our people. We are great people, but our minds have been locked because of fear of that damn no good, damnable bastard, that cracker. And it's time to unlock that and do what we got to do. And they'll come. The enemy will come to try to burn us out and all that shit, like they normally do. But we got a trick for them this time. We got a trick. They ain't gonna find us running from them. They come on and we're gonna give you exactly what you're looking for. And make no joke about it. We will be ready.
So there'll be a military arm, and I'm assuming there'll be a political arm as well, right? Someone who is the body politic of said city, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, definitely. Will this person will, I guess, go and, deal the politics with the white folks, because, most of this government is just white. So that person, whether he be a senator, congressman, or assemblyman, whatever he is, he will be the person to handle the politics up there in Washington or the Capitol or wherever we are. Notice, listen to me talking about we.
You got it right.
We, where we are. So he will be handling the politics where we are, right? He'll be handling it. Or she, whoever it is, they'll be, that person will take what our concerns are to the body politic of that state or that, whatever that may be, whatever governing body that is. Okay. I like this stuff, man. Do you know? I'm gonna tell you this, man. And I'm not just saying this to kiss up to you, brother, because I like you.
Yes, sir.
I have sat on at least 8 different panels where we talk about this stuff, but we have never talked about it like this. All the panels I've sat on with the quote unquote conscious brothers. I've sat on panels with Muslims, people from the nation, the pro-black brigade, and every damn body else. And they've talked this stuff, but they have never talked it like this. So when they spoke it, I had a hard time believing it. But for some reason, I believe you.
Oh, most definitely.
I believe you. Notice how I'm like, yeah, where we gonna be? like I'm already there. I ain't even filled out my application yet. Yeah, man. We sitting up here live, y'all, with brother Maurice Muhammad. This is a powerful brother, man. I feel so privileged and honored to have this brother on tonight. Y'all hear the fire, y'all hear the passion, y'all hear him dropping those truths. So as he dropped truths, I want y'all to drop some likes up in here, because I say again, y'all know I do not like these numbers not to match. I don't like that, man. If I got this many people in here, I should have this many likes. This many people, this many likes. Oh, good look, brother Carl, on that super chat. And also, if you're feeling generous, drop a few coins in the bucket. Because I got brother Muhammad up here. I say again, if you don't like my black ass, I know you got to like what's coming out of this brother's mouth. So come on, let's get the likes up here. Let's get a few coins in the bucket and stay tuned, because we got more brother Muhammad coming through right here on the old T.P.O.T YouTube page. You already know. Now, when we were on Brother Info Man's show the other day, because I think I've been on the show with you a couple of days, and we were talking about how Lady Melissa, they found brother Donnie hanging. They found him hanging in the backyard. So do you know the specifics of kind of how that went down? Was she out, or because I don't know the specifics. Was she out and she came home and she saw her son hanging in the backyard? Did she walk out in the yard and see? I mean, do you know the specifics of it for those of us who don't know? Because I don't really know all the specifics of it.
Yeah, what happened at some point during that night, Donnie was lured out of the house. He was lured out of the house and met up with the persons that lured him out, also with the people that actually did the hanging. So they did whatever they did away from the house, then brought him back to the house in the backyard and hung him up by the tree. And then the next morning, the sister came out and a light was on in the basement. And so her husband said, well, why is the light on, or something to that effect? And so he went down there to look for Donnie, and he wasn't there. So she started asking, well, Donnie, where's he at? Then she went down there, and I believe that's when she found the brick, and then coming back upstairs, and they saw the bags at the door. And so went out to the backyard and saw him, and she yelled and then came back inside the house. Then the husband went out there, and the brother, and saw him hanging, and that's when they called the police at that point.
Wow.
Yeah.
And until that coroner's report, man, we're never going to understand the specifics, man. Like, you know, and I feel really bad for them, man, because, you know, at the very least, I mean, we can't bring Brother Donnie back, but I think that it'll be easier for the family and the rest of us to kind of move forward a little bit once we understand the specifics of what happened to the young brother. You know, because right now all we know is he was hanging and he's dead. We don't know, you know, his cause of death. We don't know how they did it. We don't know if something else happened to him, if he had internal injuries, if he had, you know, whatever else going on with him during that time. I mean, we don't know anything. All we know is he was dead. Pretty much. We know he was hanging and he's dead. We don't know anything else. And it's almost as if, and this may be a stretch, you know, and I know I'm all over the place. I'm in between talking about the initiative and talking about Brother Donnie, but, you know, that's kind of how I do it. The only thing we know now is that the young brother's dead and he was hung. But I wouldn't be shocked at all if they discover that he might have been killed before he even got up on that tree. They might have took that young man off somewhere and murdered him and then just brought him back and just hung him up. We don't know. I mean, like I said, you know, that's probably a stretch on my part, but I wouldn't be surprised at all if that's what happened. Exactly. You know, they took that man off and did something to that young fella and brought him back and hung him on that tree as an example to the rest of us, and or an example and a message to his mama, because, you know, his mom is a very prolific activist in that area. You know, there's so many unanswered questions at this point, you know, and like I said, maybe I'm reaching a little bit, but, you know, it just seems to me, the whole thing seems strange. That's why I'm telling y'all, I'm telling my folks, y'all know how we do it over here at T.P.O.T. You're going to get on that phone, you're going to call, and you're going to do it tomorrow. You're going to do it the next day, the next day, the next day, till I come on here and say something has happened. All right. If you freaking forgot the number, let me scroll back up here and hold on. Here we go, right here. Here we go, right here. Y'all go ahead and y'all hit this number up right here. You can write a letter, send an email if you want to. Y'all know how we do it here at T.P.O.T. We'll play around when it comes to this kind of stuff. There's the information up there. Go ahead, call that coroner's office, pressure these folks until they give the family some information about what happened to Brother Donnie. I am telling y'all to do this. I'm not asking you. I'm telling you. Y'all know how we do it here. Over on T.P.O.T, we gonna call and call and call and call and call and call until something breaks. Because like I always say, pressure breaks pipes. So let's go ahead and apply the pressure and let's keep applying it till those pipes break, y'all. You understand? Brother Muhammad, you were saying they were talking that day when we were talking to Lady Melissa, that they need things out there. What do they need out there? Like, you know, far as materials and stuff like that. What do they need out there?
Well, they're upgrading the security system on the home. They're upgrading the security system. So of course, anything like that would definitely help. You know, because cameras is always good. You know, cameras are always good so you can see. and really people to make the phone calls, people to show up to, you know, help out with the security, you know, any and every little thing, you know, just sometimes a kind word, you know, or a card to say, you know, I'm with you, you know, I got your back, I'm there for you. You know, that's the most important thing, especially encouragement, you know, because this is a tragedy that she's dealing with every day, you know, and even as we experienced with her on the program the other day, breaking down during the interview, you know, it's harsh. It's very harsh, you know, when you have to, because every time you're retelling the story, you're reliving it, and the feelings come right back just as raw. So it's a lot, but you know, being there and showing up and making the phone calls and, you know, hey, I love you, I'm standing with you, you know, it all means a lot. It means a lot.
Yeah, I know it was tough on her because, you know, I'm a pretty, you know, I'm a pretty depth interviewer. You know, I go in, but I didn't want to, you know, I was asking her pretty general questions because I didn't want to kind of stir her up. The questions I normally would ask, because usually when I have mothers of children who have been killed, murdered, killed by the police, died of mysterious circumstances, I usually talk to them, you know, after a while. You know, 6 months have gone by, 8 months have gone, you know, this is still fresh. So I didn't really want to interview her like that. You know, I was more so wanting to just talk to her. You know, maybe, you know, a year from now or after something happens, you know, I can bring her on, and, you know, when she's gotten some answers and kind of moved a little further down the road, then I can get her on and really like interview her. You know, I could do that. That'll probably be some time from now, because like I said, when they come to my show, it's usually a year after, you know, 6 months, you know, some time has elapsed, you know, then the wounds have kind of healed a bit.
You know, bro, just to talk about that, you know, and because we're handling her media appearances, and you know, we have a very aggressive schedule of getting her out there. And one thing about her, you know, even though it's a struggle, but she's always on point. You know, she's always on point, you know, and dealing with the health issues. You know, sometimes we may have a setback, but, you know, she's always out there because she knows that this is a message that has to get out.
Yes.
So, you know, she's going to be on your program way before a year, you know, way before a year. So we're looking to do that within the next 3 weeks. So she should definitely, you know, be on. So it ain't going to take that long. It ain't gonna take that.
Okay. Okay. Whenever, you know, whenever she's feeling up to it, Brother Muhammad, you know, I'm here, man. You know, whatever night of the week it is, if I have to reschedule something to get on, you know, we can. You already know, man. You got my information now. You already know. What I want to ask my audience, the people out, do I have anybody in this chat room that's from the Missouri area? If you in the Missouri area, let me know. If you're in the chat room, let me know if you're in the Missouri area, because I know I got people from all over. So I'm not sure if I have anyone from Missouri. All right. And don't hide and lie because you're scared I'm gonna ask you to do something either. don't lie, okay, or hide because you're scared old X gonna ask you to do something and then your ass ain't about to do it. But if you from like the Missouri area, like St. Louis or something like that, I mean, go ahead and let me know. All right. Because I am gonna ask your black ass to do something. So I done messed up now. Now they ain't gonna say nothing. Oh, let me not say nothing. That's gonna ask me to do something. You know? Go ahead, man. If some of y'all from Missouri, you better say something. Because you know I can find out if I want to. I can find out, God damn it. So you might as well go ahead and show yourselves. Show yourselves. Well, maybe they'll get the guts a little later on in the program. Yeah, so like I said, you know, sometime down the road, you know, and I'm willing to bring, you know, as much of the family on as she has, you know, her husband, her husband, and, you know, other relatives, you know, they can all just, you know, I mean, because you're handling the media, you said, right? So, you know, let them know that, you know, we can have a group thing, we get everybody on camera, and we can, you know, we can talk about it. All right. So just pass that information on to them for me as well. Yeah, but I'll say again, I'm telling my viewers, get your ass on the phone. You've seen the number up there. If you don't see it, scroll up. It's up there. I'll probably end up putting it in the description box as well. Y'all see, I already got the initiative email down there already. Y'all see that, right? Because X don't play around. You look down there right now. It's there. You see it down there? It's the Freedom Initiative 2019 at gmail.com. That's the Freedom Initiative 2019 at gmail.com. Go ahead, send an email in there, see if your ass is qualified to get on up to that city in Mississippi. Now, don't be disappointed because Brother Muhammad might not let your ass in there if you don't meet the damn prerequisites. I'm just letting you know that right off the rip. Don't think you're just getting in there on QP because you black. No. Nope. You got to be more than black. See, being black is just a start. There's other things that go along with that. So just don't think he's going to accept you because your ass is black. All right? Don't even think that. Because you go in there thinking like that, you will be highly disappointed. Now, we spoke earlier about having some other force besides the NOI, as far as, you know, over there at Lady Melissa's house, and maybe someone else or someone's else, far as in the cities of Detroit and Chicago and Baltimore and St. Louis and all these places where brothers is dying left and right. Should we be trying to create a force throughout this country for that, Brother Muhammad? Should we be actively recruiting people to watch over these places?
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. Because, you know, our enemy is everywhere and our people is everywhere. So we have to be everywhere. We have to be able to respond on a moment's notice. We have to be able to respond. You know, there was a few years ago, I was actually doing a hangout and I had got a text that there was a protest going on in New York City because the police had shot somebody or killed somebody. And people were getting arrested. The protesters were getting arrested. And they showed me the video and it was just confusion. You know, there was lack of leadership, lack of direction. Everything was just really crazy. And it was doing more harm to our people versus good. And so they asked me to call the police district to see about the people that were arrested. And so I called and you know, talked to one of the ladies, and damn cracker kept hanging the phone up on me. And so, you know, it really pissed me off. But, you know, we got to be able to be everywhere. And the only way we're going to be that is we got to be properly organized and trained to be able to do what need to be done. You know, we got to be able to stick and move. We got to be able to be nimble. You know, I showed a video, or I did a video last week, and I broke down the numbers of Detroit. And I said I was proving a point that there's not enough police to deal with us. I said Detroit only has like 2,220 police officers. Our population in Detroit is over 400,000. Okay. Their jails were only, I think it was like not that many, maybe 3,000 or 4,000. Here we go. Here's the numbers right here. Their jails, all three of their jails put together, was only 2,881 beds. And even overcrowding, you can bump it up to 3,500. It's still doesn't take away of our number of 471,845 black people. So we outnumber them all the time. We outnumber them. So we got to be able to provide clear direction and strategy to make meaningful changes. We got to be able to respond. We have the numbers to respond. I mean, even if we take a look, there was a situation, I forget which city, but there were like maybe 5 or 6 police officers, 1 black man, and like 3 or 4 black people standing around with phones. Now, even let's say in that neighborhood, none of us had guns, but there's rocks everywhere. You got access to the rooftops. Go on top of the roof and throw down the rocks onto them. That's going to stop them from doing whatever they're doing, because the first thing they're going to do is stop, duck, and look for cover. That gives the person that they were assaulting a chance to flee. You understand? Then those on top of the roof disperse. Others pop off from here and there, throw down more cover. Disperse. You ain't got to worry about the police coming to get you, because they don't know who threw the rocks. You've already dispersed. See, it's little things like that that can be done to save our lives. But we got to be organized. We got to be organized, and we got to be taught. There's enough of us that have been in the military that know strategy. Come on, offer what you got so we can train our people. Because I'm going to tell you very succinctly, we are a free people. The Constitution ain't gave us shit. Fuck that. The cracker ain't gave us nothing. We were born, our creator gave us our freedom. We have to defend it. We have to make it so. So that means we're going to go to war with this enemy. Blood is going to be shed. And not just our blood, but their blood as well. That is going to happen. I don't care how long, but it's going to happen. So since we know it's going to be happening, while the enemies are fighting themselves, while they're back and forth, the FBI, this Trump, all that shit, while they're discombobulated doing their shit, let us come together so we can be properly trained to handle the business, because it's going to come down to a physical fight, plain and simple. There's no way around it.
What do you think stops us from organizing? I always say that it's fear. Mm-hmm. It's fear. It's the idolizing of white people. It's the, I don't know. And it bothers the hell out of me, because I listen to you talk and the things that you say, I don't hear them anywhere else. And like you said, there are a lot of brothers who have been to the military. They know strategy. I mean, I've talked to brothers who are former Marines and former Navy guys, and you know, I've had these guys on my show, and it's not like it's just them. It's many of them who could be in these places training folks to do the very things that you just got done talking about. But Brother Muhammad, we're not doing it. They're not doing, you know why they're not? This is why I think, and this is just my opinion, and I'll probably get some damn hate email over this, but I don't care. I think that the reason why these brothers aren't doing it, because many of them have retired. So, you know, they're collecting their pension and they're living a decent life, and, you know, they're comfortable, and they, you know, they live in the white folks' neighborhood. So they're not thinking about that kind of stuff. They're like, the hell with it. You know, that's what I think it is. I think they would be more apt to participate in this kind of stuff if they didn't have all of that. If they weren't, you know, living off a good military pension and living a so-called upper middle class life. If they were from the military, and many of them, which some of them do, see some hard times and have to be in those neighborhoods, in those ghettos, in those projects with those people, I think they would probably be more apt to, you know, try to train folks and organize folks. Would you agree with that?
Oh, most definitely, 100%. You know, there's a comfortability level that's there. You know, it is. It's easier because you're comfortable. So you don't want to, you know, you don't want to rock the boat because you don't want to lose what you got. You know, it goes back just like with Roots when Fiddler got mad at Kunta Kinte because he broke the chain. He said, now because you done broke the chain, now I'm going to be punished. So, you know, I'm gonna take my bed is going to be taken away. You know, the comfortable level, because once you begin, see, it's one thing to talk it, but once you begin to do it, then that's on a whole different level. Now, things are beginning to come into place because you have made action toward what you're going to. And, you know, we know that we are at a war, and we know that it's going to cost us our lives. But the thing is, for me, is that I don't like this enemy. I hate the enemy. Just straight, I hate the enemy. And I hate what they have made out of our people. And I love our people so much that I know if we had a fighting chance, we could build a new reality and it will be peaceful. It will be peaceful. And I just really believe that I was born to help lead this thing done. It's all in me to say, let's get this fight on. Let's get it on. Let's get it over with, because we're going to win. I know we are going to win. The Most High has already declared it. We just got to follow through with it. So, you know, we got to put the fear away, because it's only through the fear that the enemy uses us, that the enemy controls us through fear. If we look at these sailors that were captured by Iran a few years ago, and the generals got on TV and was beating up the sailors because they gave up information and they wasn't even tortured. That tells us that they were scared, that they didn't want to do nothing. They wanted to go back home in peace. So they gave up the information. So we got to be able to understand that what comes between us and heaven on earth is our enemy. And once we eliminate that enemy, we can have heaven on earth. Our lives will be justified. Our women will be happy because the men did what we were supposed to do. Our children will be happy because we did what we were supposed to do. We don't have this enemy walking around beating our women, beating our children. I mean, think about it. These people are arming teachers with guns. They're going to kill our children. They're going to shoot up our damn children. And are we going to sit back and allow them to shoot up our children? Now look at what white people did when the police was afraid to go in that school. They went to that cracker's house and they was going to whoop his ass, if not kill him. He had to call the police to come protect him. Now, if white people can do that when their children are threatened, why the hell we can't? We got to erase that fear. It's illogical. It's unreasonable. We can whoop them. They earned a whooping. And I promise you, after you begin whooping their ass, you're going to feel so good. It's going to feel good to your soul just to whoop their ass. God damn it, because they earned that shit. Love it. That's why I say when the shit was burning in California, you should never cry for them. You should praise God that he's killing their ass and praise him more every time more of them die. And then if you want to pray for them, you pray to God to spare them just that much and bless you with the ability to kill their ass the rest of the way. That's the kind of prayer that we should pray if we want to pray for them. Kill them all, God, and bless us to kill the rest because they have earned it.
Wow. Man, we live here, man, with Brother Maurice Muhammad. You're hearing this, right? Are you hearing this, black folks? Are you hearing it? and you're hearing it right here on the old T.P.O.T YouTube page. You know. I got another brother coming up in another 10 minutes, so I want to just ask you a couple more questions before I let you go, because I know you're busy, Brother Muhammad. Before you go, just go ahead and say the email one more time for people who can't damn read it on the on the page, and just talk about it for a few minutes, you know.
Yes, sir. It is the initiative. The Freedom Initiative 2019 at gmail.com. Send us your email on the subject line, put new applicant. And that way we will send you out an application as well as an info sheet about the initiative, and just fill it out, send it back in. We'll set you up with a video interview. And then those people will go ahead and conduct the interview and see if you're able to get in.
Y'all hearing that, right? Now you can back this up, if you just got in, because I know, some of y'all do have jobs. I know y'all probably just came into the stream, because if y'all need to back this up, because boy, y'all missed some nuggets, boy. Y'all missed some fiery nuggets. If you just got here, you missed some fiery nuggets, because y'all know how Brother Muhammad does it. Y'all already know. Any final words before I let you go, Brother Muhammad?
Yes, sir, brother. I want to thank you for having me on, and I look forward to being on with Sister Melissa. And anytime that you need me, just let me know, and I'll be there. I want to just say to in the chat, thank you for watching. This is not, I don't want anybody, and I said it earlier, this is not a religious-based organization, the initiative. This is our people-based organization. We love you. We love you, and we are here for you. And if we don't do everything in our power to make a new reality, then all of the learning, all of the lessons, all of the history that those that came before us, that granted us, all of our master teachers that we have learned from, if we don't take what they have taught us and apply it, then all of that was done in vain, because we didn't use it to better our condition. So let's love ourselves and our people enough that we go out here and we build a new reality of freedom, justice, and equality for our people, and that we do not compromise, not one bit. We do not compromise. We don't want swirling. We don't want white folks. We don't want no integration. We are black first. We are black first, and we are all we got. Ain't no Superman coming from no United Nations, no World Court, none of that. So get it out your mind. We want justice. We take justice. This is our right, because there's no right that the enemy has given you. All of our rights came from our Creator, and it's incumbent upon us to enforce rights by any means necessary. And it does not mean to go beg, because if you beg a man for your rights, then he has the power to take. But he didn't give us a goddamn thing. He's owed the ass whooping, and let's give him every damn thing that no good bastard has earned. And I thank you, big brother.
Oh, absolutely. Brother Muhammad, man, it's a pleasure, man, and an honor to have you on, brother. I've been wanting to get you on here for so long, man. I mean, I'm so glad you came, man, and I knew you would come with the fire and the purpose, speaking truth to power like you always do. I hope this ain't the last time that you come on, my brother. Hit me up. You have my email now. Let's go ahead and get this thing together with Lady Melissa so we can find out what's going on with Brother Donnie's case. And I will tell my people again, I implore you, you got the number. We've been putting it in the chat. Call till we get some answers. Once again, Brother Muhammad, man, peace, my brother. You always welcome here on the old T.P.O.T YouTube page. And I guess I'll be talking to you within the next week or two, right?
Oh, yes, sir. Most definitely, my brother. I thank you.
Oh, yeah, and I'll be watching you, my brother.
Right.
Peace.
Blessings. Love you.
All right, brother. Yeah, man. Just got off the horn with brother Maurice Muhammad. Boy, that's a powerful brother. Y'all heard it. Okay? Y'all heard it, man. Y'all heard it. Spitting the fire and flames, boy. The fire and fury up here on the T.P.O.T YouTube page. He might be the damn guest of the year. What better way to bring in 2019 than with Maurice Muhammad? It don't get no better than that as your first show of the year. Am I lying? Am I lying, y'all? It does not get any better than that. Having Maurice Muhammad as your first guest of the year. I know y'all jealous. Yeah, I know y'all jealous. But see, that's how we do it here on the T.P.O.T YouTube page, especially when we throwing down on those hours of power, 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 hours of power. You know. You know. So I'm waiting for my next guest, WHYOUMADTV. He gonna be on momentarily. So I'm gonna go ahead and read some of the super chats. If I can get back to him, god damn it. Got a super chat from Brother Carl. He said, "Good evening, gentlemen." Also $20. Then I got another $10 for Carl. I'm telling you, Carl got that money. He said, "I missed information show the other night with you on it. Did they determine the race of the people who lured him out of his house?" No, not yet, Brother Carl, but they do believe that is some Sambos who's working for white folks. Who else? Brother BMT, my man, he said, "I can't lie." He donated $5. He said, "I can't lie. I'm paid well by the government to sit on the sidelines. What does Black America offer me that I don't own or lord over?" Oh, BMT, you ain't shit, man. And then Brother BMT donated another $2, and he says he does know. He just openly put his sect online. Brother Muhammad don't give a shit, Brother BMT. He don't care, man. He do not care. He doesn't care. He's Maurice Muhammad. He does not care. Oh shit, I see my man in the house, Brother Info Man in the house. Peace, brother. What's good? 777. This brother here is on his job. You have just become a moderator on the T.P.O.T YouTube page. Brother BMT, you got to hit me up, man. I want you on the DXL tomorrow, man. I've been trying to send you an email, man, but they've been bouncing back. So I don't know what the hell is going on, man. I sent you like 5 emails and they just keep bouncing back to me. I don't know if you're going to be available tomorrow, but DXL tomorrow night, man, Thursday. Rough, rugged, and raw. So I don't know if the emails is getting to you or not, man, because they keep bouncing. All right, my man. See you tomorrow. All right. My next guest has arrived on the old hours of power, 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 hours of power. Another brother that I have immense respect for, Brother WHYOUMADTV. Peace, brother. What's good?
Hey, how you doing, Brother X? Can you hear me?
Yeah, man. Loud and clear, man.
All right. Thank you for having me.
Oh, absolutely. Before I get round to my round of questioning, won't you just give the people a little synopsis of who you are and, you know, what you're about?
Well, just a red pill YouTuber. I make videos in regards to what you hear people say, Pookie and Ray Rays. Those the Black men, you know, men in general, but those are my target audience who I try to reach and I try to help. A lot of people like to throw them away, but me, you know, I try to reach out and help them. So I usually try to do videos in regards to that and just basically talk about things that's going on in the communities. So.
Okay. Well, you and I have been on panels together before, and you've also been on the show before. You're a red pill brother. And a lot of the people that listen to me, they may not necessarily know what red pill means. Just kind of explain to the folks, you know, what red pill means to you.
It's you know, it's basically being happy. You know, everybody talk about the matrix. You got the blue and the red pill, and usually when you take the red pill, that you know, basically you breaking out of, you know, society grind. You know, like as they say, like with men, you know, we supposed to, you know, serve women or society, you know, and as you taking the red pill, you're starting to look at it like, okay, you're doing something for you to be happy, for men to be happy. You know, you're actually looking out for other men. You know, you're learning and you know, it's like I said, so many different explanations behind it. But it's, to me, I look at it being red pill. It's really looking out for other men, the betterment of men. Period. Regardless, you know, some look at it like, okay, hey, it's just rich man. You know, looking out for rich man or this type of man. Me, I look at it, you being red pill, you're looking out for all men.
Agreed. Now we get on here and we talk about a lot of things. You know, we talk about community building. We talk about men, you know, standing up for their own selves and for their own rights and all that kind of stuff. Where do you think this stuff is going? You know, you're a red pill brother. Where do you think this stuff is going? What do you think the end game to this stuff is?
This is a really that's a great question.
Yeah, well, I ask those great questions from time to time.
That is true, brother. That's true. It's basically with the laws, you know, as here in Chicago, you seeing it didn't change. You know, child support. Basically, they're and I'm just reading about this. You know, it's in the Facebook group, and you got these men. You know, they don't call themselves MRAs or red pills, but it's called the 50-50 movement. And what they're doing is they're just basically pushing, you know, for a 50-50 with child support. You know, the mother 50%, the father 50%. You know, basically just do for the child. I didn't know anything about that. You know, because I was, you know, I've been hearing still that, you know, you got men that actually, you know, they're getting defrauded, you know, through the child support system, but now they're changing it. And you see other people that's talking about the red pill knowledge. You seeing more women talking about it. And that's just basically just arming themselves with knowledge, you know, knowing the system and some just walking away. I'm not saying all, you know, but you still have a lot of men, you know, with the numbers. You see it with the stats. There's less marriages, less men having kids. So, you know, that's how I look at it with the laws being changed. So more so without, you know, men, you know, basically getting their life ruined. So that's once that stopped, the law changed, then you won't see us, you know, too many men talk about that anymore.
So from what I understand, because I heard Jap talking about this. Jap was talking about this because Jap was on my show a while back, and he was talking about this. Are they taking what it costs to, I guess, raise the child, take care of the child, and are they taking that and they're dividing it by two, and they're saying, well, this is what it costs to raise the child or children, so you put in this much and the man put in this much? Is that how it's working out there, or no?
Well, somewhat. What they're doing is looking at both parties' income, the woman and the mother and the father. So it's basically, if the father makes more, he takes more of a, you know, he pays more. He takes more of a heavy load. But also the visitation comes in to play with that too. If he's paying more, he gets to see the child more. So it's you know, the mother don't have control like she used to. You know how sometimes you couldn't see the child. You know, you probably have to go back to court and you know, ask the judge for more time. No, the new law says this: if he's paying more, he gets to have the child more. If she's paying more, if she, like say she makes more than him, then she has the child more, but she has to, you know, she pays more, but she don't pay into the child support. He pays less. So they're looking at the incomes, and now what they pushing now what they're getting at next is it doesn't even matter about the income. They want it 50-50 down the middle, everything.
So it's more fair to the men then. I mean, men are going to benefit from that.
Exactly. And they're working on other, that's just the start. Hearing other stories, they're talking about towards with the marriage, the divorces, and they see it. They know what's going on because the numbers show it. So they can't keep ignoring what's going on. Because you see, society, if you don't have any kids, what's going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good thing. Well, do you know if is it just in the state of Illinois? Is Illinois the only state that's doing this that you know of?
This is what I heard so far. I haven't really did any research other than in the Midwest, and Illinois is basically the first that's doing this.
Wow. Well, hopefully it'll spread. See, me, I don't have small children. So, I kind of feel for brothers who do. You got these kids and you love them and they mama, keeping you from them and all this kind of nonsense. And you paying through your nose, like I was doing. All my children are grown now. So, I don't go through that whole child support thing, but I've been through it. Okay, I know it. When brothers be talking that child support stuff, I am prime example. I'm like a textbook case. Okay, I'm talking. Textbook. I was a textbook case.
Let me say this. Let me say this, not to cut you off, but I'm paying child support now. I have 2 teenager boys, so that's what led me to reading up on this. Because she keeps there at first. During the old law, they was allowing her to raise up the child support, but she got a career. She's making like the same as me, but they are allowing her to raise the child support up. So I had to do some research because I heard about, they were saying a new law, was coming into effect. It came last year, but I didn't read too much into it because she just decided to do it just a couple of months ago. And somebody say, hey, you need to go look up the new law. I was like, oh, you think that's going to happen? They say, heck yeah, go read it. It's helping a lot of brothers. And I went to go do my research and I was like, wow. So now I have to get it modified. I have to send in paperwork and, say, hey, you need to check into her finances, her job background, because they don't do that. They so quick to go after the men, to go after me, but they don't go after the woman. But now that's changed. So I want to, any brothers that's going through it in Illinois, do the research. In any other state, push, you never know, just do the research. So.
Okay. So your support will eventually come down, right? Because you said the kid's mother make the same amount of money as you. Right.
Right. She's probably making more because now she's doing more hours. And see, now with her doing more hours, guess what? I have my boys more. You see how that? So it's like, okay.
They factor all that in. They say, okay, the kids is with you more. She's making more money. So, they'll bring your dollar amount down because she's making more money. The kids are with you more. So it's not like it's costing her what she's saying it costs her. Right?
Exactly. It's actually benefiting her. I'm paying. I don't ask her when I have my boys. I don't ask her for money to feed my boys, to clothe my boys. She have clothes there at her house for them, and I have clothes at my house for them. I have food here for them. I don't ask her for a dime. Now I never asked her for a dime, but I done helped her even on top of child support with my boys. So. And it's just like, it's fraud. And then, at one point, they was trying to suspend my license because I had got behind. I'm in the trades, but sometimes you get laid off. So, actually now I have 2 jobs. I have a part-time job. So when that happens, I get laid off. I have, go work that job until, something could come back. But, yeah. You get behind, they quick to suspend your license, but my license is my source of income.
Yeah, they'll jam you up, boy. I know, boy. I went through it for many, many, many years, boy. I'm telling you, I told you when brothers talk about that child support stuff, man, shit, it's like they reading my life, boy. It's like they just got a book with my life in it when they be talking about how, you know, you paying X amount of dollars. She wants to raise it up to more. You paying all this child support. Your kids still calling you for stuff that they need, even though you done just sent the damn check off that was damn near half of your check. And your kids still calling you for shoes and coats and shirts and this and belts and up. And you like, hey, wait a minute, man. Didn't I just send the child support check off? Didn't you just get that check last week? Okay.
Brother X.
Why do I have to buy you sneakers this week? You know, that kind of crap.
And she has a house, a big house, nice car. I don't have none of that. I'm struggling, you know, like I had to go get a part-time job just to still, you know, still get by. You know, and I got a hoopty. I'm happy. I am happy. I have a car, but still, and I have to be careful because, you know, hey, whether something happened with the part-time job, that could be my license again. So now, you know, that could hurt me towards me getting to work, or, you know, once the season kicked back off with the, you know, with the trades, you know, I'm not going to be able to drive if my license are suspended. So that's what I mean by teaching other brothers. You know, I'm not trying to tell brothers they don't have kids. Just know, you know, what's coming, you know, could come behind that, and, you know the laws, you know. And I'm just not saying, you know, how, you know, you got some people that say the educated lame or the everyday brother or something. I'm talking to the, you know, the people, the young men that's in these, you know, bad communities, as they would say, you know, the hood. I don't believe in hood. I really don't, but that's who I try to reach, you know, and say, hey, you know, you need to be protected too, you know, and be, you know, watch what you do. I mean, I try to get from all sizes, from not just the men, the women too, but, you know, I talk to the men because I want them, you know, men, you know, use logic. So
yeah, plus, you know, men, we have always been we often say, you know, because we know this to be true, that black folks, we're often treated like second-class citizens. Black men are treated like fourth-class citizens.
I agree. I would say fifth. Like, you know, you got the Hispanic population and just growing. Like it's crazy. And I was like, wow. And you should see at the jobs. That's all you see now, you know. And and I hate seeing the brothers still out there on the corners. I'm like, no, you know, come on now. These guys could barely talk English, and they making a good wage. You know, they have a career. This is no joke, seriously. And y'all still on these corners. No, get off these corners. It's not helping us. It never had helped us. You see it. It's just, you know, it destroys communities. You see it. Actually, it's killing our boys. You know, I'm like, you know, guys, come on, wake up, you know. So that's, you know, I'm helped a few. I'm glad, you know, but still, it's so sad here in Chicago. Oh my God, it's sad.
Yeah, man, it's you know, because it's bad enough that things are the way they are for black men as they stand now. So, I mean, when you put yourself in that predicament, you know, you're just kind of making it worse, man. I mean, you make it worse, especially if you mess around. You can, the worst case scenario, your ass can end up dead somewhere. But, you know, you mess around and you find yourself in and out of prison and all that kind of stuff, man. You just kind of ruin your life, because it's hard to come back from that, man. I mean, brothers do it, but it would be a lot easier if you didn't go through that. You know what I'm saying? If you didn't have to go through that first, you know, before you try to get your life on track, you know? I mean,
made a couple of, I'm that. What you just said, that's me. I was on them corners, you know, in and out of jail. You know, I you know, I lived that life. I can't lie. I'm a felon. I'm a felon. You know, I was out there game.
So let me ask you this. Let me ask you this then, being that you said that. Knowing that, because now you have a good career and you work a couple jobs and you take care of your kids. Looking back on it now, do you think it would have been easy if you hadn't went through all of that?
That's why I speak on it. Yes. That's why I try to talk to the other brothers. Like, look, you're making it hard. You're making it harder for yourself. You know, most of these brothers already be knowing, you know, hey, if I go out here and sell drugs, most likely I'm gonna end up in jail, because they usually see other brothers. That happens to most of the brothers. And as you were saying, think about it with us already. You know, we got our backs are against the wall, you know, coming, you know, from birth. You know, like they're against you from birth, and it's just like we're making it easier for them. Like, you know, let's, you know, go to school. You don't even have to go get a trade. It's so much you can do now. You know, we making it too easy for them. You know, that's why I try to talk to the brothers. Like, no, stop. You know, if anybody else want to go out there, be on them corners, and I ain't got nothing against no other race or nationality, but I'm just saying, you know, if they want to do it, that's fine. But, you know, we undone it long enough. It hasn't led us, you know, it actually destroyed families. We need to, you know, change this around. You know, it's not working. So, and that's why I try to tell them, you know, hey, trust me, it's much easier. That's what I mean by the red pill, you know. Don't make it harder for you because you think, you know, because society is allowing you to. No, listen to other people that went through it. It's a better way. It is, you know. You see other brothers who don't have felonies, who went to school, who actually having a really good, you know, good life. I'm telling you this. You don't have to just listen to me. You could just listen to the other brothers. And I'm trying, and then I try not to judge them. I'll be like, well, look, if you didn't get a background, you don't have you didn't get a felony, you didn't go to prison, you good. You know, I don't think nobody's gonna judge you because you was on the corner. Just, you know, we just glad you got off and now you're making something of your life. So
yeah, I mean, I believe that better late than never. I know it sounds like an old-timey cliche, but, you know, better late than not at all. You know, I mean, even if you learn your lesson late, it's better than never learning a damn lesson.
I know. You know, I mean, some, but here's the thing: you got some of these brothers that lost their life. You know, they didn't do it fast enough. You know what I mean? You know, they was making the transition, but you know, things come back and hunt you. You know, so that's why, you know, I try to tell them, like, you know, and I haven't seen this happen. Like a lot of my friends, I have friends that was able to make the transition. That's doing. I mean, good. Like some are married. They have their own businesses. I mean, they did bids, like 5 years in prison. Came out. They say, I'm done. Hey, I'm just for to go this way, or they picked up some type of trade in prison, got out. You know, they put the money, you know, in themselves and doing great. I mean, great, like nice houses, cars, and I mean, they doing better than some of these brothers that got degrees. So it's just like, you know, hey, you know, it could happen, but then there's also brothers, you know, that tried. You know, they got out, but they passed, came back, and I hate to say hunted because, you know, it killed. They got killed because of it, and it's just like, you know, why even go through that? You know, you brothers are smart. I don't care what anybody say. You know, people be looking at these brothers on these corners and like they stupid or they don't. Them brothers are smart. You'll be surprised. You know, it's just they seem, you know, that dysfunction all their life, and that's like all they know until somebody step up and say, no, you know, this is bullshit, you know, so you could do better. I know, you know, I'm walking proof, right. I'm looking dead at you. I'm walking proof. You can do it. That's all they need to hear. You can do it.
Yeah, I think what it is with a lot of brothers, man, is that, you know, they can't change their minds. You know, I mean, you know, a mind is a terrible thing to waste, and a mind is a hard thing to change. So, you know, some brothers just can't, you know, they just can't change their mind. You know, they don't see no future, you know, in themselves. You know, they don't see the bigger picture. They think they're going to be 25 for the rest of their life. You know, that kind of clouded kind of thinking, you know, and when you think like that, you know, it's harder for you to see the bigger picture. It's harder for you to see yourself with children and a family and a house and a career. And, you know, it's hard to see yourself like that, you know, in the beginning, especially when you're 23, you know, and you think you're going to be 23 forever. You know, because for some reason, when we like between the ages of 20 and 25, we never think we're going to change in age. Those are the ages we're going to be. We think we're going to get to 25, the clock dials back, and we get to be 20 again, and live to 25, and the clock dials back. That's how a lot of us live when we young, you know, young men. You know, especially when we come out of, if we come out of a background of dysfunction, because dysfunction don't teach you shit. Okay, dysfunction don't teach you nothing but how to be more dysfunctional. That's all that shit teach you. So, you know, a lot of the brothers, they come out of that. So, you know, they're not really thinking clear. They're not looking down the road. They don't see themselves 10 years from now, 20 years from now. So they're not thinking about that kind of stuff. So you're in Chi-Town, right?
Correct.
Okay. Far as Chicago goes, because my man Black Ram, he's in Chicago too. And he says that in Chicago, because, you know, I just had brother Maurice Muhammad on here, boy. Fire, boy, that brother there, you know.
Yeah, I heard some yeah, I was listening to you guys.
Yeah, he's pretty fiery. Now,
yeah,
he seems to think, brother Muhammad thinks that, you know, that some of these brothers that are in these places like Chicago and Baltimore and everything else, he thinks that a lot of them can be transformed. He thinks a lot of them can be rehabilitated. You're there. You're on the ground. What are you thinking? What do you see out there in Chicago? And do you think some of these people can be transformed and rehabilitated?
Yes, I know. I'd seen it. You know, I actually helped out a couple of brothers. One brother who just got out for actually manslaughter, you know, to help him get a job. Because, you know, usually when you got violence behind you, it's hard. It's hard as hell to get a job. But, you know, I just kept telling him, you know, just don't give up, because it was getting really bad, you know. But he finally got him a decent job. I just say, now you just got to work yourself up. You know, you got to start from the bottom, you know, and work yourself up. But yeah, I'm seeing this happen plenty of times. You know, I know a couple of brothers who got out and was, you know, like I said before, you know, I have friends that got out, you know, got their own businesses, and I know some of these brothers. Don't get it twisted. Just because they, you know, people think, well, they was drug dealers, that's all they did. No, you know, Chicago wasn't, you know, in the 90s wasn't no joke. You know, it's no joke now, but it, you know, it was heavy gunplay, and you had a lot of players, you know, that's getting out of prison, you know, that was involved with that. But they was able to change their lives. But the thing is, I say this is, we need more of them brothers out there talking to the other younger brothers, because you don't see that too often. A lot of brothers just, you know, wipe their hands clean and walk away, which I say, okay, that's fine. But I mean, if a brother is reaching out to you, you know, at least say, okay, hey, let me help you, you know, and that's why I try to at least tell the other brothers, like, look, you know, I see it a lot, you know, a lot of these brothers just, they like, hey, you know, what was your blueprint? You know, how was you able to do it? You know, and I tell them, you know, and it's just, that's me. And you got other brothers, you know, that, you know, went through hell, you know, shit, man, excuse me, but went through hell and got out, changed their lives and got families and, you know, but like I said, a lot of them they just disappear. You know, they go off the grid. But I just say, no, you know, if a brother is reaching out, you know, help him. So, but yeah, definitely. I seen it, you know, I seen some, and, you know, we have some brothers here, you know, that, you know, a lot of people would say that, you know, their heart is cold, but it's not. It's just, this is how they was, you know, what they saw. There wasn't no love in the home. So, but, you know, it's, if you're there to talk to them, mentor them, and say, hey, you're going to be all right, you'd be surprised.
Yeah, I agree. I believe that some people are fixable. Now, being a mechanical guy, you know, a power mechanic, a mechanical engineer myself, I do realize that some things cannot be fixed. I mean, you know, some things come to me that even with all my 30 years of experience, it just cannot be repaired. You know, you have to throw it out. You have to replace it. You have to put it on the scrap heap. And unfortunately, that goes for some people as well. I mean, some people are too far gone. But just like in my shop, most things that come in my shop get fixed. They get repaired. I mean, I don't junk much stuff, you know, about 98.5% of things that come in this shop leave out repaired. You know, it's only about 1.5% of stuff that I say, you know what, this is junk. There's no fixing it. Let's go ahead, throw it on scrap heap. You know, that's only like 1%. So I would like to think that people are kind of like that too. I mean, because you're gonna have that 1-2% that you just can't do nothing with. I mean, they just, you know, they just junk. You know, not, you know, in lack of a better word, these people are just junk. You know, you just have to put them on the scrap heap. Ain't no fixing them. They're gonna be crazy. You try to do something with them and take them somewhere where black folks is at. They're gonna kill folks and shoot folks and do all kinds of crazy mess. So those people you just throw on the scrap heap. But I think, like, you know, 98% of the rest of us, you know, they can, even if they have problems or whatever they're going through, there is a possibility that they can be repaired if they want to be. Yeah, we here live with WHYYOUMADTV on the T.P.O.T YouTube page, and I am looking at the likes, and I can't believe it. I got more likes than I got views. I don't even get to chastise y'all black folks like I usually have to do. But we can still kind of get them up, because I know some of you sitting up in here have not hit that like button. You're just riding off of the people who was in here before you, because you looking and you like, oh, I don't got to hit the like button because old X ain't going to say nothing because the likes match the view count. No, Negroes, I'm still going to say something. Put some damn likes in here, because I know some of y'all have not hit it yet. And if you're feeling generous with your coins, throw a few coins in that bucket. See right there? See right there where it says the Popular Thought Series? Donate here. Looks like it's been swiped by a yellow highlighter. Go ahead, throw a few coins in the bucket. It's greatly appreciated. Some coins in the bucket, some likes in this bucket. You already know. Because I know y'all got that money. I know my listeners got that money. Y'all prove it every damn week. So go ahead, drop a few coins in the bucket. You already know. Brother, why you mad? Now, being a red, well, you a red pill, brother. You're not MGTOW, right? You don't consider yourself MGTOW, right?
I go by the philosophy. I do.
Okay.
Do. So
okay. So you subscribe to it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let me ask you about them. Far as the MGTOW movement goes, do you see it? Does it appear like it's getting bigger, or has it kind of plateaued? Has it kind of swelled to pretty much where it's going to be, or do you think it's getting bigger?
I think it's getting bigger, you know, because you're seeing it now. It's being on bigger platforms. You know, you seeing, I think it was a special, I forgot what channel, a lot of other MGTOW creators was talking about it, that this MGTOW guy went on. I think it was a big news station. And
yeah, he was on CNN. On CNN.
Yeah, and that's usually how it starts. So, and I'm seeing more, see, this is how I figure it's getting bigger, because I'm seeing more and more women talk about it, you know, and especially like black women. That surprised. That totally surprised me, because I could see white women and not just, you know, even white, you got Hispanic women. So it's like, okay. So if the more women I'm seeing talk about it, that's when I'm like, okay, it's getting bigger.
Yeah. I think that what do you think? What do you think caused the MGTOW movement? Do you think it was men just getting tired of things, or do you think that women pushed men to that, or a combination of both?
I want to just say feminists. You know, they made MGTOW. They really did. You know, it's already, the laws was against men, and men kind of was like, okay, because, you know, back then men just thought that's what you're supposed to do. You take care of your family. I mean, if you end up having a child, I mean, I'm not for that. You know, if you're taking care of your child, you should, you know, take care of your child. But I mean, it was like, okay, if she put me on child support, all right, you know, but they just kept pushing you know, it's like they wasn't satisfied. You know, it's just like mostly, you know, MGTOW men feel like feminists are just basically trying to destroy manhood, you know, just basically trying to destroy it. So it's just like, okay, we'll let you have that. We'll just walk away from, you know, the grid. You know, we just, y'all go ahead. You know, you want to destroy the Western, you know, world, go be, you know, want to do the Me Too's and all this other bullshit, be our guest. You know, we just for the walk away, you know. So and you know, and you still got feminists, you know, still pushing these ideologies that's not even helping them. It's just it's crazy. So it's not crazy, because, you know, yeah, I'm for women having rights. I'm just with them, they have to be responsible for them. You know, if you make a rational decision, I mean, hey, and it doesn't work, you're responsible for it, not us. You know, y'all are. That's what I feel about the Me Too movement. You know, they still not taking accountability for what they did.
Nope.
So I mean, now shit's starting to go downhill. Now they still like, well, it's men that don't want us around. And no, okay, men are protecting themselves. Y'all left us no choice. So
would you say that MGTOW is it the answer? Is it the counter to feminism, you think?
I don't think it's the counter. I think it's gonna take women to stop that. It's gonna take women to tell other women, like, look, this is not being productive. We need to stop this. You know, MGTOW is just basically just like, hey, you know, we're not, you know, go do what you're going to do, but we off the grid. You know, we're not for the pander to the society anymore. You know, basically, y'all want to keep making laws tougher. Like it's kickback on their child support here. You know, knowing this it's best for the child to have 50-50, right? 50 with the mother, 50 with the father. I mean, you know, that's how I look at it, knowing you're not together. You got women that's actually against that. They're saying still the child, and some of these women have sons. They're saying, well, no, the child needs to be with me more. And it's like, okay, explain. Well, I'm the mama. Really? So it's just like, okay, so if you feel that way and that child end up growing up and, having, problems, being, resentful for, not seeing his father, and you sit there, well, no, that's your father's fault. It's like, what? Like, so, so it's like, so come on. I mean, man, it's like this. Okay. Mostly MGTOW, because everybody was the hating group. No. MGTOW was just, just walking away, just saying, all right, hey, you want this, you want all these bad laws, or you want to just have men locked up for no damn reason, or because they flirted, whatever, whatever that Me Too BS is. Okay, well, guess what? We're going to protect ourselves, if you see women at the workplace, no more, men are not really having conversations anymore with women. It's just like, I'd rather not just even say nothing to you, like, nod my head and, and keep it moving. So, and women are feeling some way about it, but they still like, oh, well, it's why he's not talking to me, because he's protecting himself. You don't want to, that's a man's livelihood just get destroyed just from you were lying. Say, hey, he bat his eyes at me wrong. I ain't like it. So I want him fired. Like, what the heck? So yeah, it's just, and that's what I mean by why you see more women talking about it now, because they see the effect. They know what's going on. They know, you take men off the grid like yourself. You're a mechanic. You work on things. Now imagine, like, there's other men that do certain things. Now imagine you just go off the grid. You stop doing what you're doing. Other men stop doing what they're doing. What you think going to happen to society? You think women gonna come in and say, "Oh, well, let me. I could fix this, or I could carry that 150-pound tire, and I got." I'm not saying that women can't fix things or do things, but let's be serious. Who make this world go round? So, especially in Western society. So, and women know that. They know this. So, but if you're not going to check the other women,
they just
like, okay,
cop to it.
Right. I mean, it's like, hey, it's more MGTOW are more so like, okay, what else can we do other than just walk away? It's other than the laws, being and I'm not saying the laws be fully for men. I believe in 50-50. I do. I mean, if a woman is working hard and she got her money and say she's married or she makes more than that her husband, and he and she they get a divorce. I don't think he should be getting all the house and all the money. And I mean, they should be able to work out something without the laws. The court coming in and saying, no, give it all to the husband. I don't believe in that. I feel like two adults should sit down and say, this is yours, this, then work it out between each other. And hey, I don't like divorce in the first place, but I understand things happen. So, okay, but I don't, the courts coming in, how would women feel about that? They shit. So that's how I'm saying about with men. But men supposed to just suck it up? No.
That's what I think often happens, man. Just not in, say, family court, but in life in general, because, we've been told that that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to just, whatever happens to us, just suck it up and take it, be a man, no matter how unfair it sounds, no matter how absurd and ridiculous it sounds, just take it, because see, you're a man. So you're supposed to absorb the absurd and the ridiculous. Yeah, that's what you're here for. You're here to be a sponge for the absurd and the asinine and ridiculous and ill-advised. That's your job. That's your job as a man, to absorb all of that crap and not complain.
But let me say this, Brother X. But men was okay with that. Yep. It's just like they weren't satisfied. You know what I'm saying? That was the problem. You actually had men saying, okay, hey, I'm supposed to be the provider. I'm supposed to be the protector. Hey, the breadwinner and take care of the family. You had men doing this, and it just seemed like it wasn't good enough. So it was like, okay, all right. Hey, she could still just ruin your life just because she don't like you. Seriously. Some of these stories, I've seen it. My brother married. Now he's divorced. That was horrible. That was horrible. I mean, and seeing him, from, being happy, he had, 2 daughters, himself, and see him lose a house, his kids, damn. And he never been the same. He didn't remarry and to be honest with you, he's a MGTOW. He'd be like, I don't want to be in a relationship. Be like, I'm just one of his daughters are grown, the other one about to be grown. She's in college, so he was just like, after this, that's it. He's like, that's all I care about is my daughters. I don't care about nothing else. I don't want to be in a relationship, none of that, and it's like, damn. That's why I with me, with child support, it's like, okay, but I was never married, but I can't imagine just losing something like that. Just like, damn, she don't want to be with me no more, but she gets the house, she gets the car, she gets the kids. And this is basically F you. You go figure it out.
And oftentimes this stuff happens to brothers, and brothers come in with all this stuff. They have a house, they have money in the bank and cars and things that they own and 401ks and everything else. And they marry some broad and they with her for 10 years and they get divorced, and she gets to have shit that she didn't even have when she came. She didn't come to the marriage with any of that. She didn't come. That was all his money. That was his house. Those are his cars. That were his investment. And she just basically gets it just because she was with him and maybe dumped out a baby or two. I mean, that to me is just insane.
That's what I call they call it, I say the same thing, but the divorce rate, because some guys in the trades, they talk about this, they were saying, hey, I'm getting divorced. Now, I kid you not, brother X. And they say, hey, half my pension is going to go to her. And I said, they like, yes, half my retirement is going to her for life. this is for life, not for life. And I was like, well, damn, do she work? No, never worked. He brought home the money, everything. So,
well, well, like I said before, I mean, you know, when you're a man, I tell brothers this all the time, especially young brothers, assume that you are behind the 8 ball. Just assume that off top, even if you're not feeling it now. Okay, if you're kind of out there, you kind of got yourself together, just assume that you're behind the 8 ball. Just assume that. Okay, off top. Because see, if you assume that from off top, before you get yourself in a situation, you can already read the tea leaves. You can kind of see down the road. You can be like, well, if I marry this woman and we have kids and we split it up, I'm getting raked across the coals. You know, just kind of see that vision, because see, that's kind of gonna prepare you better. You know, especially if you got hold of a little something. You mess around and find a woman that you like, you better sit down in front of your lawyer and y'all fill out that prenup and say, okay, look here, girl. If we stay together, we good. But if we mess around and split up, you know, you get this and that's it. You know, I give you whatever this is, but the rest is still mine. You know what I'm saying? I give you a few dollars or whatever it is. You got the kids, you know, I don't have a problem with that. Give you a few dollars for the kids, but that's it. I think that's where brothers make the problem. Because see, people think that prenuptial agreements is only for rich folks. No. They're for everyone.
Yeah,
they're for everyone.
I want to say this, like, I'm not against marriage. I'm not, you know, like I said, I got friends, best friends that's married. I didn't come up, well, why you get married? I didn't do that. You know, I actually, I congratulate him. I actually went to his wedding, and I was happy for him. You know, I mean, it's our nature. You know, I don't want nobody to die alone or be alone or not have kids and, you know, things of that nature. I mean, it's your nature. I mean, hey, I love women. I do. I mean, shoot, I'm not going to get in details, but I love women. But, you know, it's like, hey, I know my situation, but I say, okay, is this something I know I have to take care of? Because I love my kids, too. I love my boys. So it's like, all right, but damn, do I have to be getting frauded to take care of them? You know, so I preach that to the other brothers. Like, hey, just, you know, protect yourself. That's all. You know, hey, it's nature. You know, you want to protect and provide for a woman, but I don't want to break down like, well, because she good and no. I mean, you know, I understand. You know, we got a lot of dysfunction people in these communities, but still, I just try to tell brothers like, hey, you know, to me personally, I feel like till the laws get changed, you should. But if you do, just like you said, you know, protect yourself, whatever you can do. And women too. I mean, I don't want no woman, you know, to get you know, screwed over either. I mean, you know, I just see this the type of society, you know, we are, you know, the greed, like, okay, what can I get from this, you know, get from this person, or, you know, people are just not satisfied. And I find that's a problem. So
yeah, well, men nowadays, you know, especially with this, you know, Me Too stuff going on. I mean, men have to protect themselves from everything. I mean, not just women that they're in relationships with. They have to protect themselves from women that they work with, women that they go to school with, women if you inside of a damn store. You know, you gotta make sure you don't look at a woman the wrong way. You know, she can say anything. You know, she can say anything. She can say, "Oh, he looked at me like he wanted to do something to me." You know, all that shit can happen, man. You got to be careful how you walk, because if you mess around and accidentally bump into her, she can go and say that you did something. I mean, I saw a film where a kid was inside of a bodega, man, and he walked past this white lady, and she accused this little boy of feeling her ass. Okay, and he just merely walked by in his backpack. Okay, the little kid wasn't paying no attention. His fucking backpack happened to touch her ass. Shit, she jumped on the phone and called.
You there? I think you
police. Oh, okay. This kid, he touched my ass.
Yeah, I seen it. You know, that was disgusting. But I at least could say this: I was kind of happy to see the people actually come and speak up too. Because I want to, you know, that's one of them situations you want to just you could reach through the screen and just you know, choke that damn, but you know, That's why I'm listening to the other brother. He's a Muslim, correct? The first brother
Yeah, he's
had
in
on. I understood.
Nation of Islam. Yeah,
I understood exactly what he was saying. I trust me. It's been days I feel like that too. Like we just need to bring it to them. We do, because I like as a MGTOW at the beginning when I was just looking at other people's videos, especially the white content makers. I seen that in the comment section. The stuff the white the so-called, because I made a video about that. That's not MGTOW. If you sitting here being racist, you're not for men. You sitting here down and black men, you're and vice versa. I mean, just down and being straight racist. Like, it's like, what? Like, no, you're not MGTOW. But the content they weren't saying, the creators they wouldn't address them, and I had a problem with that. So I'm like, what? I need to speak up, because that's not cool. It's not right. You calling going through the saying you for the MGTOW philosophy, but you allow this to happen. Nah. So I understand what he, because the things they say is just, it makes you angry. It makes you want to react, and I understand what he was saying. I do. And being here in Chicago, most segregated, I used to see it a lot when I was younger with the police officers and the things they used to do, especially the white police officers. So yeah, I understand fully what he was saying. So.
Yeah, well, as black men and as black people, I feel like we've all, well, I'm not going to say all of us, but I feel like most of us have felt that way. And I feel like most of us have mirrored the sentiments of brother Muhammad, because of what we see, whether it be we see it in front of us or we see the case on television, or we read about it in the newspaper, or it happens to somebody that we know, or it happens to us, it happens to us, these kind of things. So, I mean, I think we all have felt that fire and that fury at some point. I just think that many of us express it more, and I think many of us hold it more and put a little more action into it, due to the fact because they've seen this, experienced this, or had it happen to someone that they know or care about. In America, as black men, we are the most ostracized and criticized and the most marginalized people in this damn country, if not in the world. So we, of all people, we understand racism. We understand discrimination. We understand bigotry, prejudice. We understand this shit better than anybody. Yeah, we understand it better than anyone. So, I mean, when it comes to racism and prejudice, discrimination and bigotry, we're experts. We all have PhDs. Especially once you get to, by the time you 30, 35 as a black man, you already have your PhD in freaking bigotry. Okay, right. That's just the way it is. Depending on where you live, you might have your PhD by the time you 18, depending on what zip code you damn live in. So you know how that is. I just think that what happens often is I think people kind of forget that. And when I say people, I mean all people besides us, our women. I think they kind of forget it because they may be a little too wrapped up in their own damn selves, because see, they find themselves accepted in places that we are not. And white folks definitely, because even if they're not a quote unquote clan member or in the Aryan nation, and they happen to be one of those white people who say, I'm not racist, I have white friends, even if I have black friends, even if they're one of those people, I still don't think they truly understand, how marginalized and ostracized black men are compared to everyone else. you know, and I think that's across the board. I think that that's one thing as black men that we share. We all know that we are some of the most, you know, the most discriminated against people on this planet. Because I say again, I mean, black women have a tendency to find themselves accepted in places that we are not accepted. Okay?
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree.
That's just a fact. I mean, I probably get some hate email over that shit, but you know, it is what it is. I mean, those are the facts. You know, I guess because black men, we're very resilient, and a lot of us, most of us, we're not willing to toe the line, you know, because to be accepted in some spaces, you have to toe the line as a black person. And I think most black men, we're just not willing to do that. And I do believe that some black women are. So that's why they find themselves in those, you know, in those spaces where, you know, they kind of keep us shut out of, you know what I mean? So
now, let me say this, but that's also, and I did videos about this too. When I talk about tours with the red pill, I tell the brothers, you know, be yourself. Don't let nobody change you. Be yourself, you know, be productive, you know, I want you to be happy, but don't change. Be you. Find who you are, you know, and be yourself. Don't, you know, sometimes you get wrapped up into, you know, like I said, in society, like, you know how we got with the rappers, and a lot of people follow this little Wayne, damn pants is hanging off, and all this other nonsense. And I just say, no, you know, you need to wake up. This is not you, you know, don't follow that, you know, don't go with that parade. You need to really find yourself and be yourself. And that's it, you know, find the happy within you, the inside of you. You know, even though you, like I said before, all you seen was dysfunction. But now you just got to really start digging deep inside yourself and say, okay, hey, what makes me happy? You know, I tell brothers, hey, find a hobby, find something you love to do, you know, that could occupy your time. You never know, that could end up being something, you know, could be your business. You can make money from that. But you got to really look inside you. Don't look at nobody else, look inside you. You first. So, and you know, I understand, you know, because it's a lot of pushback with us, you know, trying to, you know, black men better, because we feed the system. We feed it, you know, who mostly in prison, you know?
Yeah.
You know, you got other things, you know, who's usually buying these Jordans and this other nonsense, you know? It's us, you know, the entertainment, you know, industry, you know, who we usually making rich. It's not us.
Yeah. Shit, we keeping everybody rich. The prisons, we keeping the prisons rich. We keeping law enforcement chugging along. We keeping Nike in business, and we keeping the damn funeral home directors driving Rolls Royces too.
Got the Asians rich. We keep everybody
got the Asians rich. Yeah, we making everybody rich except us. Except ourselves, goddamn it. And everybody's getting rich off of us except us.
And that's why they want you, like you said, they want that to continue. They want it because it's a lot of money to gain. And this is just not black men, it's all black men and black women. This is what they want. So I try to at least wake up the black men. You wake them up first, then they can go talk to the black woman. And it's fine. If the black woman want to continue on with that, that's something, you know, they have to do on their own. Black men will say, well, okay, that's fine. I'm off the grid. I'm finna do for me. And you know, and make themselves better. But that's what I hope for. You know, that's you know, usually what I push. So,
well, what other people have discovered, and I don't think we as black people have figured it out yet. Even though we are a main component in it, they have discovered that there's profit in black folks' dysfunction. Yeah, there's profit there. Okay, there's profit in black folks' poverty. There's profit in black folks' crime. There's profit in black folks being ignorant to the system, to politics, to life. I mean, there's profit in all of that. There's profit in black people not knowing how to stretch a dollar. There's profit in black people not being willing to spend dollars with other black people. There's profit in black people not having a sense of civility and a social construct, if you will. There's profit in that, because I'll say again, we keep the funeral home directors in business, we keep the law enforcement going, we keep the prisons in business, we the Asians are sending their damn kids to Harvard and Yale off our money. I mean, all of that happens because black people are not, quote unquote, organized / functional in many, in many ways.
Right.
Are we totally dysfunctional as a people? No, but there are so many of us. There are enough of us. There are enough of our people that have these dysfunctional traits that other people are able to not only take advantage off of them, but also profit off of them as well.
Exactly.
So that's something we need to look at, man. We got to look at this stuff, man, because it's deeper. It's deeper than what we see on the surface. Yeah, that's right, brother. Israel, bail bondsman, all that.
I mean, we could even keep going. I mean, we
can really do all night.
Colleges, the college debt. I mean,
all night. We can be here till tomorrow talking about how they goddamn are getting rich off of black folks' dysfunction, because they're getting rich mostly off of black people's errors and missteps. Okay, when black people make missteps, when black people make bad decisions, when black people have major dysfunction in their family life, in their social life, in their civil life, black people being dysfunctional politically and ignorant politically causes people to benefit. I mean, that's just the way it is. Oh, my bad. I thought that was brother Israel, it's sister Israel. My bad. See, I'm not used to that because I don't have a big female audience. You know what I'm saying? I was looking at my analytics the other day. Man, my female audience is only like 10%. I'm actually dropping. It used to be 80-20. Then it went down to 85. It went down to 85-15. Now it's down to 90-10. But my subscribers are increasing.
That's good, but look, put MGTOW. You having a MGTOW guest on there?
I guess that's what it is.
Oh, you will have a lot of women. They won't be happy, but they,
yeah, man. I mean, because I don't have a lot of, I have some. I have the usual suspect females who come on. Because I have certain people, they, I know their names, they familiar. They kind of the same women that come through. But when I see a new name up there, I just assume it's a brother because I don't have many, females that come through.
But brother, let me say this. This is, that's kind of have what pushed me to keep doing content, because I started off basically being like, gossip type thing, like talking about what's going on. And actually, I was just doing little live streams, and I had women coming to my live stream. It wasn't men, it was women. So I said, you know what? Well, I have women here. Let me talk about what's, screw that gossip. Let's talk about men and women. And that's kind of how, I was telling them about how I felt, as being red pilled, explaining to them what it was. And we, some of the live streams was heated. Yeah, I'm not going to lie, it was heated. But basically, I started realizing that women, they kind of, it's women out here that actually, they want to see things better, black women. So I was like, why? It surprised me. So, and then from there, I say, you know what, I'm just gonna go that way with it, with my channel. So, and that's usually, the way, how basically it just started. We just talking about the red pill. I've been red pill. And with the MGTOW, but I this is not the reason why I started the channel. It actually from them and the topics and the conversations we had. I say, you know what, this is the way I need to go. I actually need to reach these brothers in the hood, because this is what these the women were saying, that nobody's not talking to them. Everybody's saying the educated lame, or the everyday brother, or what about them? Who's going to talk to them? And I said, you know what? Maybe I was once them. So let me address that situation.
Yeah, I think they're, us, man. We lay into the sisters, man. We go in on them now. We go in on the sisters, But I do believe that there is a I do believe that there's a class of women out there who actually know some things, you know, understand things. You know I'm married to one, so I know I don't have the only one on this damn planet. You know, I mean, I know there's some women out there who understand things, understand men, understand themselves. Most importantly, understand themselves. So, I mean, like I said, my channel is very male centered. You ladies who've been following me for a while, you understand that. Now, I have stuff on here that would interest them, but ladies who follow me know that my channel is very male centered, man. I mean, it just is. It was male centered when I had females on it. I mean, I've had plenty of females that have been part of my platform, to the number of like 10. I've had like a grand total of like almost 10 different females have come through T.P.O.T over the course of the last 4-5 years. Okay, that's how many females have walked in and out of this platform. So I mean, I never had a problem with having women on the platform. But even when I had the platform, it was still somewhat male centered, even though I had because I had a few female co-hosts, I had female panels, I had the whole gauntlet. Now I'm by my goddamn self, and I like it better. Yeah, I like this better. I like this better. Yeah, I just do. Yeah, I like it better. I like it better because this is how it started out. It started out, because I used to be a radio guy. I actually used to be a radio talk show host. I worked for Nubia Hood Radio, and I started out by myself. I was on, I was on the radio for a while, and when I was on the radio, I was doing it for quite a while, maybe like 5-6 months, and I brought in a female co-host. She was there for a little while. She didn't last. Brought in another one. She was there for a while. She didn't last. Brought in another one. She was there. It just continued. So when I came to, when I moved over to YouTube, because the radio station shut down. So when I came over to YouTube, I kind of did the same stuff. I had, females and stuff like I like this better. Nothing against them. It's nothing against them, man. It's just that I like doing this better. And the crazy thing is, brother, and I've said this before, ever since I've been by myself, things have went up. I mean, my subscriptions are up 35%. My views are up 30%. My donations are up like 42%. Nice. So everything is up ever since I've been by myself. And anyone that don't believe me, I can show you my goddamn analytics. I mean, I'm not making this stuff up. I talk to my wife about it all the time. My wife has always said, oh, you just need to be by yourself. So I finally decided to take her advice because she was right. She was right. So
listen, I'm happy. I hope that you keep growing. First off, this is my first interview by anybody off YouTube. So, this is a pleasure to be here, and I hope that you grow because you're needed. Channels like like you have is needed. You're bridging the gap. You bringing brothers, from all different walks of life.
Yep.
Getting an opportunity to talk. So
this is the plan. This is the plan, brother. Why you mad? This is the plan. I plan on interviewing every damn brother on YouTube. That's how I know I'm not going to run out of material. I'm going to try to interview every damn brother on here. And I don't care, because when I do these interviews, I take one brother, I go right from a brother Muhammad to a brother like you. Last week, I had C Boogie on, and then I had T West from Afro Synergy. You know what I'm saying? So I don't care. I'll mix and match the person. I don't care. That's how I'm doing it. And people are taking to it. People are liking it. People been writing me and saying they like it, so I'm gonna keep on doing it. Keep my folks happy. It's bringing a few ladies over. They come over and they watch, and they seem to like it. So there you have it.
Yeah. So,
but Any last words, man, before we peel out of here, man?
Yeah, just a couple. I just want to first off again thank you for having me here. You know, like I said before, you know, I'm for the brothers. I am for the black brothers, all black brothers. I mean, like I said, you know, I know once, you know, people putting themselves like, hey, educated lane and this and that. Me personally, no, I'm for the black brothers. But like I said before, I try to reach the brothers, you know, that's getting left behind, which I understand. Some, you know, hey, some don't want to follow. That's okay. But I just want to say, no, I don't hate black women. I'm not about bashing black women. You know, I just feel like it's just a lot of brothers out here suffering. And you know, I try to be that gateway, you know, if I could help some, you know. So once again, thank you, Brother X. Thank you to your chat, you know, the people here. Thank you for having me. So.
Oh. Absolutely, man. I appreciate you coming through, man. I know I hit you up short notice.
I don't know. Or did I cut off? Can anybody hear me?
Hello? Hello? Can you hear me now?
Brother,
can you hear me now? Yeah, can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Wait, hold on. I can't hear you, Brother X. I'm hearing myself.
Can y'all hear me out there in the chat room?
Hear me? Who?
Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear us.
What just happened?
Put a 1 in the chat room if you can hear us, people. Can you hear me now, brother?
Can y'all hear me?
They ain't saying nothing. Maybe that's why they stopped writing in the chat room. They're like, we can't hear these Negroes. Oh, well, they say they can hear me. They putting 1s in the chat. Can you hear me?
Hold on.
Put a 2 in the chat room if you can hear, brother. Why you mad?
Yeah, I hear you now. I don't know, you know, equipment.
Okay.
I hear you now. I'm sorry.
Okay, you can hear me now.
I got old equipment, but was I able to hear what I said or?
Well, I heard you, so that means it got recorded on there. So don't worry about it. It'll be cool. If y'all didn't hear, y'all just go ahead and rewind the damn tape. Damn it, brother. Why you mad? I appreciate you coming on here, brother. I know I'm probably gonna see you on a panel somewhere, man, or down the hall, probably at Obsidians or something like that, man. Like I said, I appreciate you coming on short notice, brother. This was a good talk. I never got a chance to do a one-on-one with you, so it was good to chop it up with you, brother. You know, it's always good. It's always good to chop it up with the Red Pill brothers, man.
Oh, no. Go ahead. My bad.
No, you brothers always got a lot to say.
Yes,
got a lot to say.
Yes, and I'm not done, and I'm just letting you know I'll be back. I'm subscribed to you. I've been subscribed to you for a while since you've been at a city. I've subscribed, and I've been, you know.
Yeah, well, you got to come through on Thursday nights, man. When we be doing them DXLs, boy, them DXLs be crazy sometimes. They be a little
wild. Yeah, they be a little.
Them DXLs be nuts, man. We going back. We've been doing like DXL interviews the last couple of weeks, but tomorrow we going back to the old DXLs. You know, I round up the usual suspects tomorrow, so tomorrow's gonna be a crazy night. So come through, man.
But you know, I get off kind of, I'll be getting off like at 10 p.m. But I don't know if you guys are still on. Then
we're gonna be on. We're gonna be on because I'm gonna have all the usual suspects gonna be there. Freaking Kevin Samuels, Obsidian, the Gone, BMT, Jay Shine. You know, the usual suspects.
Okay.
They'll be there tomorrow. They will be there tomorrow. So thank you once again, brother. I appreciate it, man. Peace, man. It's good chopping up with you, brother.
All right, same here, brother X. Thank you.
All right, brother. Peace, man.
Peace.
Yeah, just got off the line with my man WHYYOUMADTV. That's a cool brother. You know, one of them Red Pill brothers. You know, the Red Pill brothers always have a lot to say, man. You know, I think that a lot of people think that they are like these Neanderthal cretins, but as you just heard, he's nothing like that. He's a very articulate, very intelligent brother. I mean, you heard it for yourself. You ain't got to take my word, you know. I mean, the brother, he said he'd been subscribed to me for a while. I didn't even know that. You know, he was on He was on my show a while back, but that was the first time he was on, and he was on for a little while. He came on at the end, but I've been on panels with him. I think at one time with Obsidian, I've been on the panel with him. So, you know, me and the brother, we all right. And as you can see, you know, he's a brother who knows what he needs to do. He knows what he's talking about, and he understands life. So, you know, those are three things that a man need to know. He need to know what he need to do. He need to know his goddamn direction, and he needs to know something about life. That's the starter kit as a damn man. That's just the way it is. But yeah, we about to wrap this up, y'all. I appreciate y'all coming out tonight, man. And I know a lot of y'all just came over here because Brother Muhammad was here. I know y'all subscribe to this channel. You better keep that damn subscription. Don't unsubscribe after this show is over. I know y'all came over here because y'all knew Brother Muhammad was here, and y'all knew Brother Why You Mad was gonna be here. So y'all went ahead and subscribed so y'all wouldn't miss those interviews. You better keep them damn subscriptions. Don't hit that damn unsubscribe button down there now that the damn show is over. Keep that subscription because we always have guests like that on here. You know. But yeah, I thank y'all, man, for coming out tonight, man. I appreciate it. What I need y'all to do. But before I go, let me say this. Let me say this before I go into my medley. One thing about black men that y'all need to understand, those of you out there who may not be black men, we are not a monolith. We're not monolithic, as you saw tonight. Tonight, it went from one extreme to another. All right. You saw a very mellow, laid back brother at the end. And then you saw the fire of Brother Maurice Muhammad at the beginning. So we are not a monolith, man. We're not. Now, should we be monolithic in some of our thinking? Yes. Does that mean be monolithic in all of our thinking? No. But what you must understand about black men, what you must understand about black people is that we're not all monolithic, and black men, we are definitely not. So to shove us all into one category is just totally ridiculous because we're not all alike. Now, you may find many groups of us that are similar, but we're not all alike, y'all. So that's why I do these hours of power, because I want y'all to see the diversity, man, and the differences between different brothers, man, that are not just on the internet or on YouTube, but the different kind of brothers, man, that are in the world, man. So y'all can stop thinking we all alike. We all in this gang, and we all have the same philosophy, and we all have the same pathology, because we don't. We just don't. And if the shows that I've been bringing you the last few weeks haven't taught you anything, they should at least have taught you that we're not all alike. All right, folks? You understand? You understand? But anyway, what I need y'all to do is get on down there to Prophet of Thought series on Facebook. That's right. Prophet of Thought, one word, series, the next word, on Facebook. It's a community page. Go there, like the page, follow the page, share the page, check the page out. There's always some good stuff up there. Plus, you can catch up to what we're doing here on the old T.P.O.T YouTube page. And you can actually leave me a message. I usually answer them within 24 hours. And like I said, you can always see what we got going on here. Go ahead. I don't know where we at numbers wise. I haven't been up there in a few days, but going up there, I'm trying to get it up to 1,000. I don't think we're nowhere near there yet. So go on there and be part of the 1,000. And while you're still on Facebook, go ahead and check out the T.P.O.T bandwagon page. Now, that page on Facebook is actually a personal page. You can actually leave that page a friend request. I'll make sure that it gets confirmed quick. Also, while you're down there, go ahead to the Prophet of Thought series fan group page. That's right, the Prophet of Thought series fan group page on Facebook. That is a fan page. Go ahead, request to be a member. You'll get accepted quick. Going down there, join the group. I think it's almost 3,000 strong now. I want to get it to 3,000. I've been trying to do it for the past 6 months, and we ain't there yet. So maybe we can get it there in 2019. Go on down there, join up with the old Proper Thought Series fan page. There's always some good stuff down there. It's a fan page, so you always have people posting there and doing stuff. And like I always say, you ain't just gotta listen to old X run his mouth. You go down there, other people are down there posting and running their mouths too. Also, check us out on WhatsApp and Instagram. Prophet of Thought on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram. You guaranteed to get a follow back. Here we go again. Here we go again. Here we go damn again. Get your black behinds down there on Twitter. Okay. The Twitter handle is at T.P.O.T Media on Twitter. At T.P.O.T Media on Twitter. Follow us on Twitter, or I will haunt your dreams till 2020. Because, see, my Twitter ain't going nowhere. Everything else is rising except my Twitter. It's like, hey, what's good, big brother Art? I see you up there, man. I see you too. WOTP, 6 Figure Days, Silks, BB scratching. But this is the thing with the Twitter thing. We're gonna have this little conversation for a couple minutes here, y'all, because everything else is rising. Subscription on the YouTube rising. Thank you, folks. Follows on Instagram rising. Thank you, folks. Follows on the Facebook page rising. Thank you, folks. Now, all of those things are rising, but I got like 40 Twitter followers. That doesn't make any sense. Why am I following more people than I'm being followed? So get your black behinds down there on Twitter. All right. At T.P.O.T Media on Twitter. That's at T.P.O.T Media on Twitter. It is greatly appreciated. Once again, I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight, man. My moderators, the people in the chat, my new people who coming through. It seems like every time I do a stream, I see new people in the chat. That is magnificent. I'm liking that. That means the channel is moving up slowly and more people are coming through. I appreciate that. The likes, I got more likes up here than I got people watching. That's always a good thing, you know, because I know I'm always chastising y'all about that as well. But I want to thank all of y'all for coming out. And also, I want to thank you for watching and spending some time with us. It is greatly appreciated. Before we go, I have to thank my most distinguished guests, brother Maurice Muhammad and brother WHYYOUMADTV. And like I said earlier, if you wish to join brother Muhammad's 2019 initiative, if you look down there in the description box down there. Well, actually, it's more down here. Actually, you look down there, you'll see it. It says it's the Freedom Initiative 2019 at gmail.com. It's the Freedom Initiative 2019 at gmail.com. Go ahead if you're interested in joining the initiative that Brother Muhammad has going on. Go ahead and get your application through there and submit it, folks, if you're serious. All right. So once again, I thank all of you greatly. I appreciate y'all, people. I do. And make sure you have your black behinds here tomorrow. Because like I was telling brother, why you mad tomorrow? The old DXL is back. So I'm around specs. I'll probably have brother Why You Mad on there too. I know I already have scheduled brother Jay Shine, because you know Jay Shine, he's in Europe. He's gonna be there. Obsidian's gonna be there. Nagon's gonna be there. BMT's gonna be there, and I do believe brother Samuels is gonna be there as well. So have your black behinds here tomorrow, 9:30 p.m. Eastern time, because it's going down on the T.P.O.T YouTube page, home of DXL. You know. All right. So with that, I will leave you with 3 words, like I always do. Open your minds. And we are out of here, y'all.
Open your mind.
Peace, folks.
The prophet of thought. Open your mind. Open your mind. Open your mind. The prophet of thought. Open your mind. Open your mind. Open your mind. The prophet of thought. Open your mind. Open your mind. Open your mind. The prophet of thought. Open your mind. Open your mind. Open your mind. The prophet of thought. Open your mind. Open your mind. Open your mind. Open your mind.
Only from T.P.O.T. Open your minds.